Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome to a Feel Good Friday. We got Smackdown. We're live early. The weekend is kicking off already as we are live. It's talk about lots to get into, so get in that chat, blow it up, like, share, subscribe, be a part of the shows, be a part of the fun, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you Smackdown today. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about still. It's the fallout from Clash. Cody's going to be on the show. Rhea's going to be on the show. Not a ton announced, but we will find out as we go here. Should be a lot of fun. The tour's been fun. Good energy. I see people jumping in that chat already. Happy Friday afternoon. How are you feeling on this summer weekend or almost summer weekend? I got a little gray and cloudy right now, but we're looking forward to a fun show tonight. Lots in the wrestling world going on. Friday afternoon shows, they feel good. We're going to enjoy our night tonight. We are back on Monday. We're going to enjoy our weekend, chill out a little bit, and then we got lots coming your way. We got a mental health special coming up. We got a members only coming up. We got the half-year lifeies, the half-lifeies coming up. So much coming your way, folks. So again, like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Take this link, spread it around the world. Let everyone know about the Wrestling for Life Network. If you're a fan of the show, let's turn some other people into fans. Let's grow this family as we approach 11K, and we got so much more coming your way. With all that being said, shout out to Big Nick, shout out to Anthony, rocking and rolling last night, but they're doing their thing today. Hope they are well. If you don't know who I am, I'm Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Happy to be back at it again. Another day, another dollar, another live stream, another battle, another fun day in the wrestling world. So what do you have on your wrestling mind? What do you want to talk about today? What do you want to get into? I will say hello to the early birds as we get rolling here. We are about 10 and a half minutes away from the start of the show. Looking forward to it, see what they have in store, see if SmackDown can deliver. We've been getting some good wrestling lately. Some things came through late as far as what's going to be on SmackDown, but we've been getting some good wrestling lately. We talk about Double or Nothing being a good pay-per-view. We talk about what's happening in AAA. We talk about a lot of interesting things in the wrestling world. So hopefully this can continue to grow, continue to get stronger. And as fans, we get good wrestling across the board. That all being said, folks, let's say hello to the chat. Let's say hello to the top three from last night, Spaz, Ronan, Damien. Thank you for being in the top three. That's your chat points. The more you chat, the more points you get. Super chat, super stickers get you a bonus. So make sure you get that bonus and let's compete for the top of the charts. Let's give Spazzer a run for his money. So again, don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Don't sit there and just watch. Participate. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how you're feeling today. With that all being said, National Donut Day. That's a good day. Let's have a good day. What's your favorite donut out there, folks? If you had to go to the donut shop and grab a donut, what kind of donut are you getting on Donut Day? But thank you, Zach. Welcome back. Kevin, good to see ya. Damien in the house, the leader of the Hopium tribe. As always, it's a pleasure, sir. Thank you for being here. Looking forward to Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Dom versus Braun. Stacked match as far as name value goes. Trick, super hot right now. Arguably, maybe a guy that you allow to win this one. Damian Priest, former champion. Dom, well, we all know what Dom's up to, as always. And then Braun Breaker, an absolute powerhouse, the blue chipper, if you will, getting involved. So a big match as far as having big names involved in this one. So we'll see, Damien. And it should be interesting. I don't love having the fatal four-way quarterfinals that they're doing. I kind of wish they would do, just do the a 16-person bracket, break it down to 8, break it down to 4. But they choose not to, and that's unfortunate. Cooper, how you doing? How you doing? It's almost time. Hashtag WFU. See you in a couple hours. Let's go. We did send out, we gifted some memberships today as a thank you to all the fans. They randomly get dispersed as far as who was here when the button got hit. We have no control, but congrats to those who got a free membership. And remember, your membership is a couple bucks a month. It helps the company, helps the page, helps the channel, and it gets you some bonus stuff. So make sure you get in there, become a member. Eric, welcome back. Welcome back. Can't wait for today's show. And the new He-Man opens today as well as Scary Movie 6. Scary Movie, lots of buzz, lots of talk about it. They did a giant hot box in New York, which is hilarious. Should be fun. Should be fun. As you know, I think most of us have seen the first 5. So, I mean, again, if you can let it go and just enjoy the silliness, it's going to be a good time. He-Man's going to be crazy because I grew up a He-Man kid. It was right in the prime of my childhood when He-Man was super popular. Had all the toys, even had like the little skunk ore that like you pushed it and it stunk like a skunk. So this shall be interesting. They only ever did the one other Masters of the Universe movie. I think it was Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. Wasn't very good. So let's see if this can be a little more mainstream and deliver. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Osama, welcome back. Ronin, good to see ya. AD and AZ. What's up, KJ? What's up, everybody? We got John Cena out here in Phoenix tomorrow for a fan fusion. It should be fun. That's good times, AD. Let John Cena know we say hi. As the follow from Clash in Italy comes ahead on SmackDown. Facts, Ronin, welcome back, sir. Let's go. Boston, always a pleasure. How you doing? How you doing today? Danhausen's science experiment continues as well. Well, this has been the ongoing thing with Danhausen. He's affecting the power in all the facilities that we're trying to wrestle in, causing the lights to flicker and such. Who is Danhausen's Frankenstein? Who is it? Is it anybody? Is it somebody we don't recognize? Is it nobody? Is it some robot? What is it? Is it just a stack of mini Danhausens on top of each other? I don't know. Like I said last week, the Ring Parasite are no match against QB1. Osama, you might be right. MDB, the Knee Pop Patrol on a Feel Good Friday. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Alex, welcome back. Good to see ya. Almighty, let's go. You're what's the what's the word, my guys? Let's do it. Hoping for a great SmackDown. We're always hoping for a good show. About 5 minutes away now, and I'm curious. I'm really curious. Is Gunther gearing up to be the champion? What is the story between Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes? Does this play a factor? Is there a world where Sami costs Cody the world title and then Sami and Cody feud away from the title? Gives him something to do. Gunther becomes your champion. It's possible. Rhea Loki got whooped. She cheated. I mean, again, Jade's been looking good. Let's go. Don't tell Nick not everything is announced. Not much. I know. But yes, Boston, not a whole lot announced. We generally, like we've talked about, we're getting like 4 or 5 things. And I mean, today's came in a little bit late, perhaps because they're overseas. Cody, Rhea, the fatal 4-way for the women's Queen of the Ring. A little redundant there, but Bailey, Jade, Kiana, could she surprise the world? Raquel, this very interesting. 4 ladies, any one of these 4 could win. I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens. Of course, we got new summer drops out because we shirt people for folks. But yeah, go get your shirts. Shirts and folks became Ferts. Hashtag Ferts. We already talked about the fatal 4-way that's happening there. They're running back Carmelo and Ricky Saints. This would be the 3rd time in 3 weeks. How do we feel about this? Are we happy that they're creating this rivalry? Are they doing a good job building up tension between these two guys? Yeah, back to the well. So that's it. That's all we got. But I mean, a decent amount to dive into. Hi, I'm good. I'm doing good. Good to hear it, Alex. Let's go. I'm taking a walk to my local corner store for some treats. That's what you do. Grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Game two, Knights Canes was good last night. Great game, Christopher. Canes found a way to get the win in overtime. I believe it's Seth Jarvis that buries the bucket. And yeah, happy to see it. Happy to see it. Happy to see it. What's up, Tanisha? Sean Reed back in the house. I can't watch SmackDown. So remember, we are watching SmackDown live in about 2.5 minutes. If you don't want spoilers for tonight, do not be here for the next couple hours. But you can always watch us later. You can watch us after the fact. So let us know. Make sure you comment in the comment section. If you didn't get a chance to comment while we were live, or you can always comment anytime you want down below. Bum, bum. I look sleepy. It's middle of the afternoon. I'm feeling great. Sleepy. Give me a break. Happy to be here for SmackDown. Sadly, I wasn't here on for Raw and NXT due to Wi-Fi. Sorry to hear that. Welcome back, Roll Tide. Good to see you. Are they still in Europe? Yes. So they're in. But yeah, Paris is burning. So that's a good question. Aren't they? They're supposed to be in Paris, as we are about 2 minutes away now. Let me just double check where they're going after this. That's not what I wanted. Damn it, internet. They're coming to London, Ontario. But yeah, very much so. I believe they were supposed to. Who cares? All right, moving on. You guys can let me know, fact checkers. But yeah, they are still in Europe. They're still in Italy for this one. And I thought they were going to France at some point, but they're definitely going to be in England as well. So yeah, I mean, pray, folks, pray. Carolina versus Vegas was a thriller, absolutely. The Munchkins, let's go. The little Munchkins. Spaz is like the guy who buys all the lotto tickets and wins. Facts. Let's go. Can someone tell me what channel SmackDown is on today? It's on Netflix at this time, almighty. It won't be on TV until 8 p.m. tonight. However, the show does air live in 30 seconds on international Netflix. So if you are in the US of A, you're going to have a tricky time watching it. You might have to Jack Sparrow it up. Long Johns all the way. All right, a Long John. I'll give you that. I'm such a fan of donuts. Chocolate glaze is my favorite. Good choice. I like that one. Long John. Oh, shit. All right. Well, Unbroken, welcome back. Bradley, welcome back. Freudian slip, right? Oops. I'd rather than bring back the King of the Ring pay-per-view and play the tournament there. I would love that. I would love if they did like qualifying matches on the weekly shows. You do an 8-person bracket the night of, right? So someone's going to wrestle 3 times to get the belt, but then it becomes something epic. And what they were always able to do was like, the right story into it. Like the baby face gets hurt in the first match, or, there's like 2 rivals are going to face each other. That's the way I would do it. I agree with you. Bring back the pay-per-view. Night of Champions is the King of the Ring, and you play the tournament out in the building. But we are getting the beginning of the show. I got now. If you want to sync up with me, if you happen to be watching out there, I will let you know when I get forever. What's up, Scott? What's up? How you doing, buddy? Together, so you can sync up at home. Enjoy the show once again. Happy Friday to all. We are getting a video from Sunday. Clash in Italy. The second person who won a membership has a funny name. Let's go. It's so random. Your driving arm needs a more tan. Why would no? This one's the dark one. You're backwards. I'm pasty white, except from the elbows down. You're all buying stanky toys. Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, it was a thing. It stunk. Can't wait for King of the Ring. Let's go. Let's go. You following the Lego craziness this week? What's happening with Lego crazy? Lego my Lego? That's how we rolled in the 80s. Yeah, man. We got shit like, stinky toys and dangerous toys, wood burning kits and fucking, yeah, half the shit we used to play with is completely banned, or we've come to learn is terrible for your health. Lead paint everywhere as a child. It's true. I'm with you, AD. Looking forward to Carmelo versus Ricky Saints. Yeah, I mean, that's a curious one because I do like rivalries. I do like running things back. I think sometimes in wrestling nowadays, too much, it's like one and done. I like when there's a good rivalry, when there's a battle. I like the good old days where, guys would be mad at each other for months. I still play with figures, and I don't know what stanky toys are. Look it up, folks. It was Stinkor. Let's go. Yeah, you had this. What's the stone guy that you could crunch? Like every guy had its own little feature, and the one Stinkor actually stunk. Women's Queen of the Ring isn't redundant in June. Well played, sir. I personally don't care to see Hayes and Saints wrestle 3 times in 3 weeks. Just reads to me as we don't have anything for our creative sleeve to make the feud better. That's true. Fair enough. And again, I'm not so sold on them running it back that I can really argue it. Like, I get it because I'm kind of skeptical. Is it working? Is it getting the guys over? Is it doing anything? Do we need a little more interaction outside of just a match? But we get the crowd view, packed building in Italy. Joe Tessitore's not here, not around. Michael Cole with Wade Barrett. My best friend is a Hurricanes fan. I admit I don't know many Hurricanes fans, so shout out to them. I like the Hurricane just because, Gunther's here, and Gunther is mad. Instantly taking the place apart. The Italian commentary has been ruined already. As Gunther is pissed. What up, Nair? Did y'all get your free donut? I did not get a free donut. If I knew they were giving away free donuts, I would have tracked one down. KJ, thoughts on Butcher and the Blade leaving AEW? Where do you see them? It doesn't matter to AEW in any way, shape, or form in the sense that they'd never get used, that we haven't seen them in a long time. Butcher and the Blade are really good wrestlers. Blade, in particular, out there in Buffalo teaching people how to wrestle. Could they land in a TNA and really help? Yeah. Could WWE use a big, solid, a decent, solid tag team that gets it? Perhaps. But it doesn't really change much in the spectrum of AEW. I mean, I thought they were a talented tag team that could have done something. And unfortunately, like most of the tag teams in AEW, went by the wayside. But right now, I do have Gunther standing on the table, losing his noodle. Losing it. What's up, Clay? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Might want to avoid France right now. But there's several places on the planet I would like to avoid right now. For sure. Spelter just got here and I'm catching strays. Catching strays already, bro. Let's go. I mean, again, when you're standing in the spotlight, you get noticed. Pat McAfee is at the West Virginia baseball game right now. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Pat. As here comes Cody Rhodes. How is this going to play out? I'm sorry I was cheating on you with another YouTuber. I had to come back to you because they wouldn't shut the hell up and go move on to their next point. Well, Paul, you have the right and the freedom to watch any streams possible. However, as we always say, save yourself, save your friends from bad streamers, bad reactions, fake reactions, fake opinions. Save yourself, save your friends from all of that. And I'm glad. I mean, sometimes you have to go see if the grass is greener, but the grass is long and strong in this neck of the woods, and you can take that any way you want to take it. Yeah, I mean, thank you for coming back, I guess, but good to see you. Joe, welcome back. Boo. Hi, Boo. Come on, Boo. Give me a kiss. 30 seconds left. I've had that. Yeah, no shit. I just had a sour cream donut. Yeah, but what? Then what'd you eat? Safit, let's go. Seth versus Braun 3 was so good. Seth and Braun is always a good match. They should have the fourth one at SummerSlam. The thing with Seth and Braun is they're going to be connected for a long time. Seth has a few, several years left in his career. We assume, knock on wood. Braun's got several years. So there will always be kind of this residing presence between those two, right? So, and they do. Seth's a great veteran, one of the best in ring workers in the business, and having Braun get in there with him only makes Braun better. So Gunther's on the commentary table. Cody's getting in the ring. And Gunther is just pacing. Like, Gunther, as you know, his foot was under the rope in what I felt was a too easy peasy of a win. Like, you kind of made Gunther look a little shitty just because you were going to do the foot angle. You know what I mean? Like, you could have done a crossroads and then a second crossroads, and then he put his foot under the ropes. The match felt half finished, felt mailed in. It opened the show. Maybe that's partly why, but Gunther is irate, and the crowd is chanting Cody loud. Welcome to Friday afternoon Smackdown, Ronan. It's good. Does it feel good? Is the sun shining in your neck of the woods? It's time. How far behind? Oh, I'm not that far behind. Cody Rhodes. All right. I'm mostly action figures, and they're not dangerous. Well, not dangerous is good. Low key Beyblades is having a resurgence. Beyblades were dope. Let's go. $5, 5 bones in the bucket. Thank you, Spazzer. Got off, pause, work early. Good. Especially in your neck of the woods. It takes you extra long to get home. So is this a brunch with the boys? Seems more like a late lunch with LA White. I like that. What? Continue happy. Let's go. Men's Mental Health Month. If you guys remember last year, we did a men's mental health special. It's something I believe, which is something we're going to try and do again this year. I believe it will be the 14th of June, one of the Sundays coming up. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. Again, be a friend, tell a friend is something we say all the time on this channel. So important to Nick and I, and Anthony as well, for men's mental health. Not talked about enough. Too many men are taking themselves out of the equation. Too many men feel bogged down, beaten down, forgotten, and ignored. But we're not alone. And together we can battle. Together we can keep going, and together we can be better. But Cody is fired up. I think they're going tonight. Sami Zayn. And the crowd boos. Let's go. They kind of sing and boo at the same time. The women tonight in a 4-way, a lot of yum-yums. Yum-Yum Central. This show is 3 hours, ain't it? Yeah, it is. 3 hours. SmackDown is going back to 2 hours. It was originally reported that it would be sometime in June. Now I'm hearing July. But the rumor is that SmackDown is going back to 2 hours. Meltzer gave Ospreay another 5 stars. Yeah, I mean, I can't even find the words at this point. We all know how I feel about Meltzer. We all know how everyone feels about the star ratings. Like, again, it's every time Meltzer, fills a tube sock, somebody gets 5 stars, and Ospreay gets 5 stars for just being in the building. Congratulations on all the new members. Welcome to the Better Wrestling family. Let's go. Absolutely right, Cooper. Love it. Got booted out 4 times in 10 minutes. Why? Who? What? Where? I have no idea. I just looked it up. The thing is, I used to love mid card wrestling. Man, I used to love the ICUS title, US title probably matches. But the problem nowadays, they don't put any effort into anything except for the wrestling stuff. Yeah, there's got to be a mix, right? And if you think back in the, like, kind of the good old days that we talk about sometimes, where your show is layered, and even your mid card guys, like, remember we had like random like offshoot storylines for like Val Venus and Takemishinoku had, Choppy Choppy, like, but even they had like side stories. You're doing a mid card match and you got, Roddy Piper and Goldust, and that's this big epic parking lot brawl, like the mid card stuff had value, like Rock beating the shit out of Mankind. Wasn't for the world title, was it? That was for the IC. Triple H having battles for that IC title with Mick and Rock as well. So I mean, you want that mid card to have some substance to it. Now I think they're doing a good job, like some fun stuff. I mean, like Danhausen is a great guy to have on the show, to be exciting, be fun. But yeah, you want some. If Cody, let's say Cody, Sammy have their own little rivalry, now it matters beyond just your champions. So now Cody's kind of yelling at both guys. Bricks and Minifigs stole 200K of Star Wars Legos from an old man. Everyone is slamming them reckless. Ben started it. Home Mormon Mafia Police Department getting heat. Are we're literally we're stealing Legos now? Is that what we're doing? We're stealing Legos from people. Why are we stealing Legos from people? From an old man. That's terrible. Joe isn't there because, yes, 100%. Thank you, Roll Tide. Everyone state your hockey fandom now. Let's go. Thank God for Joe Tessa. Boring. Oh, he's not bad. Blackhawks. Okay, we know you're a Blackhawks fan, Mr. Chicago. Michael Cole sucks. Michael Cole's fine. Michael Cole is one of the best doing it now. I hated Michael Cole for so long, but I think he's come a long way. And ever since Vince left, he's been better. Vegas Knights, baby. Well, good time to be a Knights fan. Gunther looks like he just got out of the corporate party with the boss. Oh, Gunther shoves Cody into Sammy. And we got that gotcha. Jamie. Butcher and the Blade still wrestle. Yeah, exactly, right? So it's insignificant from that standpoint. But Sammy's got Gunther. So does this turn into a triple threat scenario? As Cody throwing bombs. Gunther returning fire. Years ago, like literally over 2 years ago. What? Good evening. Greetings from Poland. Yeah, Menez, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Shout out to Poland. Oh, Poland is treating you well. Butcher and the Blade still have jobs. Yeah, right? The list of people that are still currently employed is mind-numbing. It's crazy. Some of the names you're like, fuck, really? So Cody's trying to help Sammy up. Sammy's mad at Cody. Gunther runs away. And Sammy wants no help from Cody. And there's a bit of a stare down. And Sammy walks off, not having any of it. I'm afraid we are about to get what we got on Raw with the running back Jacob in the reins. I'm going to end with another Gunther loss. Can we please at least put... Yeah, I'm with you. I was kind of really pushing for Jacob to get that win. Just because of the sheer holy fucking shit of it all, right? Like, realistically, we could be like, Jacob's going to win, but no one really thought it as... Miz is in the back, and the pop machine has been wired, and he's following the wires, and of course, it leads to the Danhausen lab. Must be nice to get paid and do nothing. There's several people on the con welfare program, and that's not a knock. That's a kudos to them if they can pull that off. Yeah, Tony's a super nice guy, and a lot of people are living comfortably or living better because of his impact. So I got to give him credit there. However, it's crazy from a business standpoint. Pissed off ring parasite. Was Paul cheating with wrestling Days? Oof. Not Days. I can't even be mad at Days. He's too nice. I'm not gonna talk shit about Days. I like the guy. Michael Cole is great, but he does not suck. I don't think he sucks. There was a time where I thought, like, especially, we've talked about it all the time, man. His Miz was on the phone with Kip. I don't know what the hell's going on. But the boss time. And he was just like spitting out taglines left, right, and center. Then he got too involved in the whole fucking GM situation. So I feel like when Vince left, all of a sudden Michael Cole kind of got animated. Pat was a big part of that, where Pat's singing him happy birthday at every show just to be funny. It's good shit. But it looks like we are getting the ladies' fatal four-way kicking off the action tonight. I will put a poll up. Y'all can let me know, who are you taking in this one? Who goes to semis? Who's going to the semis, folks? Who gets the dub? As I will throw it up right now. Who wins? Who? Could it be Raquel? It could be. Could she get the W here? She's been big. If she can get closer to Liv, like in that way, in a competitive way, that's a possibility. But maybe not. Bailey, maybe not as hot as she once was, as far as crowd reaction and response and vibe, but it's still Bailey. Interesting, possible. JC's new, but JC and Fatal Influence have been hot. And then you got KJ. And it's hard to bet against a KJ. Let's go. Boom, boom. What is Zephyr? How you doing? If I said that wrong, let me know. Long and strong, baby. That's the way to do it. Take it to take my freedom. I don't know where we got, but let's go. You can have my wrestling, but you cannot have my freedom. MDB, hope you're well, my boy. Shout out from Cooper. Boston cream donuts are fucking ridiculously good. But we got a guy named Boston in the chat, and we're talking about cream. I don't know. Kind of put me off. I don't know. Chocolate glazed, not bad. Good shout on chocolate glazed. Gunther is crashing out, and Cody is stalling. Right, like Cody's taking his time getting up the steps and shit. Good exchange, though, not bad. I love how fired up Gunther is. Now the question becomes: do they insert Sammy to try and keep face with everybody? Like, Cody's going to lose to Gunther, but Sammy's going to be involved, so we don't risk hurting Cody. I don't know. Maybe. It feels like it. They're very, very protective of Cody. Cody Schmodes. I knew he was watching Wrestling Days. He talks in circles forever. I have a food store called Wigman's where I live, and they have the best donuts. Let's go. Rowan, welcome back. Or Owen. Yeah. That music is at least half of the reason Cody is still face, gives a false impression people like him. That's interesting take, like in the fact of they don't, because they sing the song, it makes them feel kind of more over. That song is a part of it. The fans love audience participation. We even saw it with like Sammy, where they're like, they want to do the let's go, but then they want to boo him. That's a good, valid argument in the sense of, and again, I think overall he's very much presented as that uber babyface, right? So, but they've lined him up well with heels that are getting him cheered, right? So that is part of it. They are kind of propping him up. Even the whole Pat thing, everyone hated Pat so much they had to cheer Cody. But Gunther's yelling at all this as we come back from break. Gunther got screwed. Gunther got screwed. He has every right to be upset. I really like the guy and everything, but god damn, he was talking about the same thing 5 minutes, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I had to move on. Plus, this is my number one. Well, we're happy to be your number one, Paul. We really are. We really are. And we got no problem. There's a lot of good content creators out there. I know we joke kind of about save your friends from bad reactors, but there are several out there that are just either screaming nonstop because they want to get on TV. There's ones out there that are got their feet up and shoving their face with food and just staring at the screen. You got ones who don't know who the wrestlers are, which baffles me. And then you got ones that just spend a lot of time belly aching about their issues. Like they're constantly on stream, and instead of talking about the wrestling, they're like having some condescending argument with a phantom fan or a phantom collective of the woe is me stories, and it's so hard. And I do all like relax. We didn't show up to listen to you whine and complain. But that's it. And then there's channels that just are having a really good time. There's some very good creators out there that I'm a fan of. And I wish everyone the best on it, but we're just on another level. We just have to be. Humble brag. Bavarian cream. Yeah. Solid choice. Solid choice. Seth Rollins is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Absolutely. Great pick. Rest in peace to Anthony Hurd. T's and P's. I have golf on USA. Wow, you planning to go for a nap, John? As here comes JC Jane. Remember, the poll is up. We take a prediction on every single match. Plus, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every single show. So stick around to the end and let us know how you felt about it. Mental health matters. It's mind over matter. It's positive breeds positive. Mental health matters. Take care of you. Nobody else is going to take care of you if you don't take care of you. Take care of you. Get your mind right. Some days it's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy. But one day at a time, just improve every day. Even if it's in little increments, do something productive every day. Push. Mental health matters. And you just don't forget, you're never alone. And a permanent solution to a temporary problem is not the answer. AD and AZ, let's go. Sweet Jesus. Help me, please. LA White is KJ when he goes Hollywood. Let's go. It's my alter ego, the bad attitude. Anthony Hurd and Ned Jarrett, T's and P's. This crowd has some sense, facts. Am I that? Like, you guys are killing it today. Let's go. Fatal Influence is like 120% legs. Facts. And on that wonderful note. Yum yums. We'll get a double up on this one. I see KJ was on time today for a stream, unlike me last night. So I heard a rumor. I was minding my own business, and I saw a message from Anthony. It was like, I didn't even know anything happened. I was doing my own thing, and I saw a message from Anthony that said, I can't believe I slept in. To what Anthony is referencing here. So if you tuned in last night, shout out to Nick, had to get the ball rolling. And I guess Anthony had a long day, my guy. So, I mean, listen to your body when it's telling you to rest. But we got to work on setting that alarm. I mean, 8:45. You slept in for a 9 p.m. thing. But I think based on my observation, you made it, which is good. And yeah, man, it looked like you guys had some fun. Yeah, it was kind of fun to see Nick kind of get the ball rolling and get going. So yeah, Anthony, are you awake today? I know you're typing, so you must be currently awake. Did you get enough sleep? Were you able to get some sleep last night after having a nap till 10 o'clock? That's jokes. Kiana. It's happened before, though. At least twice, someone has slept in past the start of a show. So don't feel bad. It will happen again. Weird shit happens. We've had power outages at random times. We've had mics stop working. We've had glitches. We've had shitty internet. All the things when you go live over 300 days a year, shit's gonna happen. Done the shows with the dreaded COVID. We've done the shows with the flu and strep throat and going through just the blues, but it's fun. We don't come on and start telling you guys all like how grateful y'all should be for that. We are happy that you guys are here, and that's why we try so hard. So going back to Paul's comment, that's exactly what we do. But when we go live as much as we do, funny shit happens, and that's hilarious. Man, I slept in for my show. Well, what time was it this morning? Oh, it was at 9:00 tonight. Shit. KJ gives random subs cowboy accent for no reason. Some get Italian, some get cowboy, some get like whatever. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth, folks. All the yums is right now. Bailey, oh, nice. Cut her to Jane. Jane leaves. Oh no, yeah, that was James, not Jane. There's Jane, who gets a belly to belly. A belly to Bailey. A Bailey to belly. A Bailey to Bailey. How was it really said? I'm old. Your mental and physical wellness should matter the most to you. Patrick, you're completely right. And that is funny because you always feel, invincible. And then you get a certain age and all of a sudden you realize everything the old people were telling us is fucking true. It is fucking true. Like you start feeling everything. So not to be old man on porch right now, but you're right. But yeah, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and do all you can. For the last 6 months, I've been on a bit of a journey myself in that regard. So, I mean, again, I encourage everybody and anybody, just do the best you can to feel the best you can. And remember, tomorrow isn't promised. So let's have some fun today. Anything, I have all the fucking cliches lined up. Let's go. Anthony wasn't on last night. I thought he made it. Did he not make it? Anthony had his alarm set for Japan time. Fact. He was all right. Folks, get in the chat. Why was Anthony late last night? Only wrong answers. JC for the win. You can hold it down. Don't feel bad. Let's go, John. If Sami Zayn truly heel turned, then explain to me why are they booing him for no reason? He's had this gradual heel turn, right? So, and the fans turned on him first, and that is part of the story here. Of it's just kind of leaning into kind of people's overall feeling, and it's worked that way. He hasn't quite done like the dastardly deed yet, where something completely blatantly, oh shit, he's bad. That kind of vibe. That hasn't happened yet. But definitely his attitude, his tone. I mean, some of the stuff with Trick, but it kind of got bogged down by a little bit of the the gingerbread stuff kind of got in the way of having Sammy feel legitimately upset. He's sleep typing. I made it 9:20-ish last night. LOL. Nick took an extra long break. That's good. That's why we got a team. I love to hear it. I like it. Let's go. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw Anthony there. I fell asleep with him not there. Woke up with him there. This are you in danger, Cooper? No, I'm just kidding. Well, not in the middle of the night, but I got you. We are happy y'all are here. Let's go. Appreciate you, MDB. So Raquel has Kiana up, drops her down, and Jane back in to get chucked back out again. So her and Kiana going to hang out outside. Bailey, the only one left, and she ducks Raquel, low bridge. Let's go. I saw a clip, The Rock, at the Kevin Hart roast, and I was laughing so hard. I mean, he said he was drunk. Some people, hated it, but I think there's certain people out there that hate everything The Rock does. I thought he was fine. I thought he was kind of funny. Flame, I'm almost 50 years old. The naps sneak up when you least expect them. Dude, I hate sleep. Like I've never been a good sleeper my whole life, but I will fall into a nap at a random moment at the mid sentence. My body don't give a fuck because I don't sleep well a lot of times. The funniest shit. I'm with you, Flame. Paul, not to be that person, but is there a profit in that what you are doing and streaming? And I know you do charities. Yeah, I wouldn't say that at all, Paul, in the sense of everything we do right now goes back into the channel. Lots of subscriptions, lots of programs, lots of things that we've had to purchase, and to stream and such. So yeah, right now we need some more support to get to that point where we can say, there's something more going on. We've definitely helped charities, not a whole lot because again, we're young, we're small. But we've done little bits here and there. Every time around Nick's birthday, we like to do the charity as well. But yeah, as of right now, everything's kind of going back just to keep us rolling and keep us going. So that's why we got our side gigs and such. So yeah, I mean, there you go. Glad to see he was all right. Yeah, we're glad he was okay. We almost had to do a wellness check. Booty on belly. Yeah, bubble. JC Jane in control right now, getting booed. It's coming up. Cooper, it will be happening in the next couple weeks. Stay tuned for the advertisement for that. It should be up early next week, and we are going to do another mental health stream and just chit chat. Liminal is a word I just learned. There you go. Anthony was late because he was watching Austin Powers. I like it. Anyone going to start eat a donut later on? Well, she lets me. Pause. I can literally give you 50 plus reasons to boo Sammy. No, you can't. No, you can't. They don't exist. Such a hater. MDB. Leave the mans alone. Boo Cody Rhodes. And he was watching Wrestle Day. Not that I care, but now that Sammy might be turning here, does he ruin his chances of winning a title in Saudi? It depends on timing, right? So, for this foreseeable future, but I could definitely win as a heel, just less of a. I get what you're saying. You put him in Saudi and get the babyface pop. Is it a case of the crowd just goes with it, regardless of who he is? Sammy killed the effing gingerbread man. He really did. And then went to his funeral. Sick. Crowd's chanting something. I don't know, but Raquel, decent match to start this one off. I'm going to remember that next time you're upset about Mercedes, right? But that I have legitimate reason for. Come on. Don't you put that evil on us. Lady B, I can't go to the movie theater anymore because it turns into an expensive nap. That's your 40s facts. That is jokes. There's steps taken when heading into that situation now, right? A Red Bull, some fucking, a little bit of the vitamin, something to keep you going. And the movie better be fucking compelling because the minute it hits a boring spot, I'm out. We out. Show us some love. This is something that I think for the long time we didn't really get into. And that was my choice, to be 100% honest. Kind of wanted to kind of be an island unto herself, but it is something that we're looking for and working on. So stay tuned for that. Never know. You never know. We got lots of things trying. Kitty, KG, do you say you hate sleep like you punch the air when you're sleeping? I can. I've been known to be a restless physical sleeper, I guess. Yeah, me and sleep don't get along very well. Read the second one. My net fully died. Oh, your net died? I asked Tony and Nick a week or so ago. I'll ask you now. On a physical level, does singing count as a sport? I'm running 1800 forever. Does unofficial lip sync count as a sport? I mean, it is demanding. I mean, I could go for it. I mean, less has been called a sport lately. If you can talk me into chess being a sport, I think singing can be a sport. Another 10 bones. We appreciate you, Spaz. We really do. What did the cake say to the flirt with? What did the cake say to flirt with the donut? I'm gonna crumb. But I'll give you a chuckle. I'll give you a chuckle. Maybe I won't. There you go. There you go. You gotta clap. You gotta clap. With candlestick in the library. Facts. Duck dodge. Let's go. All right. Who'd I miss? I think JC wins this match. What did the chat say? As I'm a little all over the place. Don't forget those reaction buttons, folks. They're there. Bailey with a 2 count. JC's the favorite. Bailey 26. Raquel 16. And Kiana coming in at 11. Poor Kiana. No respect for Kiana. They need to give Kiana more matches because she can go. She can really go. She is very underrated in the ring. As we get a Bailey bomb in the corner. Into the turnbuckles. I'm checking out Scary Movie Sunday. Let's go. Let us know. Let us know, Keyshawn. Let us know. Same. That's it. Go watch the movies. Come back with your reviews. I think NXT should travel more for their TV because their faithful, loyal fans are always there every week, so they know who to cheer and who not. So by the time people get called up, get to know them. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of them traveling, especially for the bigger shows. I understand why they do what they do, though. And again, I think that's part of playing it. You know, you still I think what happens with those fans in that studio or any studio small show is you're kind of with it so that if somebody does go heel or vice versa, you kind of go with them. You know, and I get that's kind of where you're going with this of like get them out on the road and then test the broader audience, right? It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I know WWE is trying to do more live shows again, but Bailey going to the top. I'm not complaining about the tournament because these are for the people who never had TV time. It should be, in a way. Singing isn't a sport; it's an art form. That's it. It's a beautiful art. The yodeling. Yeah, I don't think that counts. Does anyone, the minute you hear yodeling, think of Price is Right every time? Roll up. Oh, roll through. Kiana with a code breaker. And it's a deal breaker. The super kick. Standing moonsault. Kiana is a star. Kiana James is she can go. Oh shit. JC takes out. I'm trying to remember who. Oh, Bailey hits JC. Down goes JC. Roll up. And foot on ropes. Oh. Julia's back up. So now Julia's arguing with Kiana. JC for the win. Bailey can throw that. Duck and cover, bro. Be coming in like a wrecking ball. Rose plant. JC, discus elbow, Raquel. Oh, it was Julia originally who got knocked down. And Raquel's going to get this W. Raquel's going to take the W. Kiana gets pinned. And Raquel with an emphatic finish. I like that. The attitude, the chip, and now Raquel moves one step closer. Chewing her gum, ripping her hand from the ref. Stalled in. Raquel looking good. Air guitar is a sport for some reason. It's fucking exhausting. Who does that for more than 30 seconds? I'm definitely about to Jack Sparrow a few movies soon. Facts. NXT needs to go back to doing UK PLEs. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Check out the movie Is God Is. Okay. Streaming really killed the bootleg guy market. Oh my god, did it ever? Man, I miss going to the flea market and getting like, you get 20 DVDs for like $5, and then you'd get home and you'd have to go through them and figure out what ones were half decent. The camcorder ones were my favorite. You hear the guy chewing the popcorn and shit. Fucking hilarious. It's like an immersive experience if you have surround sound. Where's Dragunov? I don't know what the story is with Dragunov. I don't know of a report, as it looks like Julia and Kiana are about to fight. I know they're being nice right now, but she's helping her up. But we're about to get off me, bitch. We have a DVD VHS shop that just opened. That's crazy. VHS. The crowd's chanting something. Julia gets pushed away. And they're done. They're done. Kiana and Julia are done. Julia's calmly keeping it together. And the beautiful madness is gone off. And she is throwing bombs at Kiana. Believe it or not, I'm extremely excited for these two to fight. Kiana James is a star in the making. She can go. Julia, we've been waiting to kind of hit the next gear, hit the next level. This should be very good. The crowd is loud in Italy for the half Italian Julia. See what I did there? Spaz, throw more $10 around. I like it. Speaking on movies, especially horror, shout out to Obsession, the first indie horror with less than 1 million budget to make over 1 million in their opening weekend. That's a thing you know now. Appreciate that. Shout out. Let's go. As Sammy in the back talking to Johnny again. Now, one of two things can happen here, ladies and gentlemen. One of two things. One, Sammy has the ability to wake up Johnny and they work together. Two, Johnny wakes up and says, I'm so sick of you, and smacks him in the face. As here comes all this again. Fun fact, I was at The Price is Raw. Okay. Usually an upcharge. This match is banging. What up, Jake? How you doing? 101010101. It's legit spaz. This sounds all kinds of funny when I read it. I know two people that lied and said they were newlyweds made on The Price is Right. Okay. I had a friend who I don't know who it was, his dad or his uncle won a whirlpool from Price is Right. They had this giant fucking bathtub. Chad Gable. See, here we go. And you want to get Chad Gable over as a babyface? Let him beat up Sami Zayn. The crowd popped big for Chad. So Chad is in the building. Chad without a mask. Chad looking serious. And this is what has to happen. It has to be serious. You need Chad to be serious at this time. He did silly for a long while, and it worked. But now he comes back with an attitude, with a chip on his shoulder. And if you want to get him over as a babyface, Sammy's the perfect guy to get that cheer. But we are getting Tala Tonga against Royce next. KJ. When KO comes back, where do you put him? Sammy story or a Cody story? It might be one and the same, Ken. Sammy and Cody could be at odds when KO returns, and then KO's got to decide, does he want to side with Sammy or Owens, or Sammy or Cody? That could be the case. I want KO to come back. I want him to get a huge pop, and I want him to get pushed to the world title. I really do. Afternoon, Cherokee George. I love to see Bailey on top again. It's been too long. She's been in a rut, so it'd be nice to see her get out. The good old days, KJ. I miss it. Let's go, the good old days. What's about to happen? Dragunov is somewhere. Dragunov. This proof I don't pre-read these at all. I click on them way too fast. That goes back to my question. Where is Dragunov? Where is Dragunov? Have you seen him? Is there reports out there? Did he, is he banged up? Is he just void of creative? What is the situation? There you go. Don't forget, click the bell. Click the bell. KG, you hear the Blade and the Butcher are done with AEW. I have heard that. So very interesting. Two guys I like. Two guys I'm a fan of. Two guys that I believe are really solid pros. Right now, with all the stuff that you're doing with like the Righteous and the Hardys and stuff, the Butcher and the Blade could fit in very well in TNA. I don't know if Anthony's still in the chat or if he went back to sleep, but maybe he's taking a nap. But I think the Butcher and Blade could do well in TNA. I don't know if at this point of their career does WWE bring them in and try. But you never say never. And I don't know what their plans are either, to be honest. But it's like when you see Hechicero every week. No, it's ironic. We see Hechicero every week. They announce Hechicero is fucking all elite, and then he goes away. We're like, where'd he go? But we see these posts all the time of like, so-and-so was all elite, and we just assume they were. We've seen them so much. So it's very, very interesting that way. Now it's, same thing with the releases, right? Oh, Butcher and the Blade are released. Or not, really? Is that even news? As we are getting the WWE Podcast Network breakdown of what's coming up on that. He said he sells more VHSs than DVDs. It's wild. That, again, the nostalgia is a thing, my guy. So for sure, I could see that. That's crazy. Julia's face turn. Yeah. Isn't Julia an Italian name? Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Here comes Tala Tonga. Let's go. Dude, can Johnny just do something? This is getting old. I would argue after about 3 months. How long has it been, like, since Ciampa showed up in AEW? 3 months? I would argue that's long enough. We're good. We've done plenty. Maybe get up. I'm still here, folks. Just need a second. A little tickle in the throat. You guys don't need to see me hack. I always remember like that Seinfeld episode. Coughing. Yodeling would qualify as ESPN Ocho on the Ocho. If Beerstein holding belt sander racing is and riding lawnmower racing are sports, why not yodeling? Yeah, I mean, again, we got such a broad definition of everything in a day and age where we need everything to be into the one category. Yeah, why not? Like, honestly, I mean, yodeling seems like it's exhausting, and I think anything that is a physical exertion could be a sport. Is that not fair? I think that's reasonable. Let's go, Gabe. Win, Gabe. Yeah, I'm pumped to see Chad Gable back. Like I said, if he goes to SmackDown, you can put him in with Sammy. You can put him in with Cody. And this is a guy I really want to get a solid, substantial push. And I think a lot of fans out there feel like he's earned it. Third pop of the year. Okay. Okay, not match. Yeah, that may be why you can't see me at the moment. A re-up match. The creator of Obsession wrote and directed Milk and Cereal on YouTube. That was his breakout movie before Obsession. You should check it out. Love it. Love seeing that. Let's go. I'm going to steal that note as well. Gracias. Keys versus Tala. I will put a poll up for this one. You guys can let me know who are you taking. Are you taking Tala Tonga? Or are you taking Royce Keys? So right now, Wade is kind of selling us on the fact that Solo and Royce have a history from their indie days. The fact that WWE even mentions indie wrestling at all is a crazy thing. Remember the days where you just no wrestling existed in the McMahon universe except McMahon's wrestling? Sammy betrayed KO for Cody, though. Yeah, and KO could show up and beat the shit out of Sammy. I'd keep him babyface right out the gate. Like KO's going to come back to such fanfare. I mean, if Gunther's the champ, how great would it be if KO was the guy that came out of came out of left field and surprised everybody to go after Gunther, especially babyface KO. I like it. And KO wrestles in a way, and his attitude is in a way of a big, imposing guy like Gunther doesn't really intimidate a guy like KO. KO's got too much of an attitude, too much of a chip on his shoulder. I don't give a shit who you are. Is a hoot. It's crazy. What was the other one? They were doing like the beer relays. It was crazy shit. All right. There we go. There we go. Still rolling, folks. It's a Friday afternoon. How's everyone feeling out there? Just looking at the clock. As we coming up to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. And we got Royce and Tala throwing bombs. Straight up bombs, guy. It made you chuckle, though. Facts. Chat is better than ever. Facts. And again, right now, there's so much buzz around them. You run that. You have to run it. And I think when as wrestling fans and as wrestlers that we see in a world where you have options where you can, wrestle, these are those kind of moments of like, look what I did for all this time. It worked. It got over. It was celebrated. We want to see the reward for that. We want to know that if guys come in and do that kind of stuff and put in the work, put in the time, that they will get opportunities. AEW in trouble when even the jobbers are leaving. Some people have to leave at some point. That's crazy, right? Like at some point. But AEW is such a weird animal. I know we were here on Wednesday, but Tala drops Royce on the table. Have you seen my Dragunov? That's so stupid. That caught me way harder than it should have. Nair, shout out. That's a good job. I'm working. Can't be sleeping. I think Butcher and the Blade would work in TNA. I think so, right? Like two big bodies, vets. No one's going to accuse either guy of not knowing how to work. They both really get it to the point where they teach others how to do it. So, I kind of like the idea, if they're interested in still wrestling, that, they could move on to like a TNA and really contribute. Add them to the righteous. There you go. What do you do? Turning Julia face in Italy is phenomenal. Booking decision. Misfit, I'm with you as far as, it's been long overdue. We were kind of waiting to see where this would go. Could Julia kind of step out on her own, not really need, Kiana the way she has? Doing it in Italy, super smart, because you're getting that home fan boom in addition to, like, it could have been very flat in the US, right? So I agree with you, sir. And now I'm curious, and I'm such a big fan of Kiana James. as far as what she can do physically in that ring. So I think this has potential, and it could really launch both women in a way. 6 days away from the kickoff of FIFA World Cup 2026. Yes, exciting times. Some of the World Cup is being held in my neck of the woods, which, I mean, funny enough, most people are upset about because traffic. But regardless, yeah, looking forward to the World Cup. For the first time in my life, Canada and Scotland made the World Cup. In addition to that, other teams that I'm not a big fan of, no offense, I know we're watching the wrestling, but the Italians didn't make the World Cup, which is crazy. I don't think England made the World Cup this time, but little countries like Scotland did. You know, Ivory Coast got in. It's crazy. It's crazy times. Haiti, little Haiti got in. Qatar. But yeah, let me know who you're cheering for when World Cup hits. Do you go with your family origin? Do you go from where you're from? You know, how do you do it? But yeah, go Canada. It's amazing. Two of those small countries. Like, I mean, Scotland's tiny, but they made it in, and I'm pumped. My grandfather be smiling from up above. The fuck? Did Julia turn babyface? Yeah. If nothing else, she broke up with Kiana, which makes her kind of babyface. I enjoy Undertaker's podcast more than I care to admit. Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, it's kind of a fallback when I run out of the other ones. Same with like Cody's. I mean, Cody's a little too. I don't know. There's just something about him. But I mean, if I run out of the couple of the key ones I listen to consistently, I'll throw on Taker or Cody. I like Taker's a lot because you get a lot of the old stories. I love listening to like the old legitimate stories, like when he has the Godfather on or guys like that. You know, Mark Henry, and they're just shooting the breeze and having a laugh about the good old days. Which somehow the good old days have worked itself into this channel like 7 times today. It may be time for Chad Gable to really display his talent for sure. I want him to really push and really give him love. And, you know, I know he's a smaller guy, but he's jacked and he's physically capable. So you sell him on being, you know, the little underdog that can. The guy that's so technically sound, he takes down the bigger dogs. I guess because he's wrapped in the MFT or they're lazy. I don't know what to tell you. Do you see Kiana James as world champion one day? For sure. Undeniable. I think this is a safe bet. I think she's underrated. I think, you know, people were surprised when she got drafted. Then she didn't really do anything. Then she got hurt. Then they put her with Julia. I really do think there's something there. Right? Jokes. No singing! Why all caps? Sing away. It's a sing-song channel. We always joke. That's our goal around here. It's one of the things that Nick and I bonded over. I'd come on here and sing. Then Nick came on here and sang. Now we both sing. It's adorable. Bonded over the singing and the music. Power slam by Hobbs. Nice little pop from the Italian crowd. Singing, yodeling are not sports. It's an art form. Got you. I'm with you. Yodel and do clogging at the same time. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I always give the Dutchie a hard time about, you know, wooden shoes. How the fuck y'all dance in wooden shoes? Oh, Tama here distracting Royce. Keys for the win. Did I take that poll down? 69% going for Royce. It was almost the Royce the 5'9". You guys went Royce 6'9". Also, check out The Chair, a short film by Curry Baker. That's another good one. I think I've seen that one, Boston. I could be wrong. Tala Tonga beats Royce. He's ruined. He's buried. It's over. Go back to AEW. I'm kidding. Royce loses to Tala with help from Tama and Solo. I always have an issue when you have a faction and like 2 members of the faction come out, but the third guy joins later. Like, why did you not just all come out? He could have still fucked with shit with, you know. But what can I do? Where are y'all watching this right now? Netflix, artist. Internationally, it's available on Netflix. US, you're going to have to Jack Sparrow it. But here comes our truth. 0-2, damn it. Anyone see Scary Movie? I kind of want to see it. I called. We'll see. This day and age, I'm curious if they can push the envelope enough. Right? Are we going to spend the next 2 months picking this movie apart for every bad joke they make? We've been talking about a fucking roast for fucking 4 weeks now. But Damien saves our truth. Now remember, we got this little triangle going on where Royce and Truth are friends. Royce, Damien leaves Royce behind. Team USA. Yeah, craziness. I don't know, MDB. I don't know much about robotics. They continue to beat up Royce or what goes into it, so I can't have an answer on that. I'm speaking on the debate of singing being a sport. We're still on this shit. The jokes. I'm working my way up. I agree. Butcher and the Blade in the Indies, and they would be perfect for TNA. Facts. Pay to play. No way in hell you have a World Cup without Italy or England, much less both. It's insanity. It really is. And again, when you look at some of the big names, what was the other one? Is it was it Croatia that didn't make it? Just trying to double check real quick. There was a few really big name countries that are always like perennial challengers. And again, Cape Verde? I didn't even know Cape Verde was its own country. As now we're with the Judgment Day in the stairwell. Liv celebrating Raquel's win. Again, we know there's some issues here. Damn, I wasn't here for the Super Bowl and US vs. Canada stream, but we can rewatch old streams. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And we will be covering more sports coming up, folks. A little tricky. I mean, if the NHL goes to Game 7, we might do it. We'll keep an eye on the World Series. And then, of course, our annual Super Bowl our annual Super Bowl party. Fun times. Let's see what else we get into. So later tonight, might be the main event tonight, Trick Williams, Braun Breaker, Dom, and Damien. Every guy in the battle has a belt. Parts of the World Cup is being held in Atlanta. That is true, sir. That's crazy, right? And we big mad. We already got massive traffic problems. Not we adding the World Cup, dude. It's the same thing here. And Toronto having one of the worst, infrastructures and one of the worst traffic situations in the world. I'm sure Atlanta's not very close, if not slightly ahead. But yeah, I know that's going to be an issue. And then I know Mexico's hosting some games as well. But there you go. Another connection for me and Anthony is co-hosts of the World Cup. But yeah, I know big events like this always kind of rattle the city core, and the people that live there are all pissed off because of tourists and all that good shit. But it's the World Cup, comes around every 4 years. Shall be very interesting. Hopefully we just have fun with it and, celebrate the good in the world. America, of course. Robotic yodeling for sure. What's robotic yodeling? So like there's battle bots. Now where did we get robotic marble racing? Now we're going down a rabbit hole I don't think even makes sense. Who's a breakout wrestler of 2026 so far, and why is it Oba? Facts, AD. Oba Femi, slam dunk, breakout. Yeah, you can make an argument for Trick having a great 2026. Sol Ruka maybe having a great 2026. Is there anyone in any other company that's really had like a big breakout year? Who's had a really big breakout 2026? Kevin Knight, maybe? Would Kevin Knight be AEW's biggest breakout? $28 more Fridays till Christmas. Let that sink in. That doesn't seem like nearly a lot or enough. Who do you think will win fatal 4-way match. JC, well, that's how far behind I am. So I'd say dancing is more of a sport than singing for sure. For sure. I don't actually think singing is a sport. Well, if that's what you want, Ken, there you go. What you really, really want. Croatia and Bosnia made it in the World Cup. Okay, so I overlooked that. So thank you for the correction. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm going to be very much cheering for the Canadians who haven't had much international success. So this is going to be crazy. Hopefully they can do big things. Soccer has become very big in this country. We got a lot of really good young talent in this country. Scotland, I mean, I got to go for Scotland. And then of course, a little side cheer for the Netherlands. Go the Dutch. Crazy Dutch bastards. Let's go. MDB, just because you don't doesn't mean others don't. You've heard people listen to music and comment on the singing, the vocal range, and the ability to hold long notes and so forth. I mean, could you do it as like a judged Olympic sport for like that reason? Like 3 people come up and they all have to sing the same song, and you can grade on, like, the same thing you do in figure skating, the technicality of it all. Did they hold the note long enough? Did they hit the note? Did they come out of range? As right now, we are getting a video package for Finn Balor on SmackDown. And I will say that I'm really pumped about this. They didn't just move Finn over, they're hyping him up. This is kind of exciting. If you're a Finn fan, you're going to like this. Buried. Hashtag buried. Doesn't make it a sport. I'm not convinced. All right. Again, there's a lot of things that have become sports or classified as sports that I don't know if they qualify. Alicia, Royce Keys, cousin of Alicia. Facts. Pay to play. Haiti is broke. That's twice you got me. That's jokes. Shout out Haiti. Yes or no? Do you think Mick Foley has one final match versus MJF? Will they do it? Yeah, probably. I could see a world, and AEW is that place of like, they really shouldn't do this, but they're probably going to do it. I don't think they should. Could Max and Mick Foley get some magic? Yeah, they could. They could. Now, Mick can't move, so they're going to be creative with it, and it won't be, you're not going 60 strong, but, you have, a hardcore match or something akin to that. The promos would be good, like the passionate, fired up Mick Foley giving MJF shit and MJF giving it back. We already saw the low blow between MJF and Mick Foley. Yeah, my only fear is that if done wrong, it's going to look terrible. All right. Boston back on this. As we are in the back with R-Truth and Damian Priest. You can't see him. Jokes. Damian seems to be getting very fed up with Truth. The Viking Raiders are here. The new AAA tag team champions. So what is going on SmackDown? SmackDown feels like it's going like through this indie flux. Bringing Finn over. The Viking Raiders showed up here tonight. Interesting. Are they trying to? It feels like they're really trying to change the vibe of SmackDown, which some have argued has been pretty stagnant for a hot minute. So very interesting. The Viking Raiders, who were successful at winning the tag titles on Saturday. Next Friday, Fatal 4-Way. Jade, Charlotte, Lyra, and Soul. Again, these Fatal 4-Ways are stacked. Please now go ahead, disqualify singing as a sport. Wait, where's the definition? Let's go. As here comes Rhea frickin' Ripley. Finn. I like that they're giving Finn a package. It's not just Finn showed up or, Finn just, another, unimportant move, roster wise. Like they're selling us on Finn is coming to SmackDown. Watch out. I like it a lot. All right, for the third time. Sports, an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. So I would argue that because singing can be physically demanding, technically by that definition, it could be classed as a sport. So I'm not sure what side of the argument anyone's on, but that based on that decision, if anyone's sang for sang for a couple hours solid, or really like had to belt out a few tunes, or even we joke, but even like doing this, just the physical toll it has on like your lungs and your body from sitting the same way. I mean, technically, yeah, you could do it in a team way. Yeah, you know. What's that movie? What's the movie? What's the movie with all the singy people? Oh, what the fuck is it? With like Rebel and shit. What is it? Someone let me know. But it like that kind of competition. Cape Verde has the yummiest yums. I got all right. Now I know.
Yums.
Shout out to Cape Verde. Cape Verde. Clinton Foundation loaned them oaf. All right. Do you concede? Never. I did what you asked. Oh shit. KJ, try being in Brampton. They've been rebuilding Highway 10 since COVID. Bro, I avoid that place like the plague. I've lived there a couple times, at least a couple times. I was there when I was a kid, when it was pretty empty. And then I would say approximately 7 years ago. But yeah, it's a shit show. It's one of my least favorite places to be near. I commend you, my friend, for living there. But I had to get away. I had to get out. It's just too much. It's fucking nuts. I don't like it. As I get older, I just keep moving further and further away from civilization. Eventually, I'll just be in the woods somewhere, right near the water. You have no rebuttal to disqualify singing the definition of the sport. Hey, you're not trying to take the concession. As the crowd serenades Rhea, she lets them know she loves them. Stay out of rabbit holes. I've already made my points, Boston. Robotic yodeling is what I do on auto-tune when I'm rapping shit, right? I need a producer, just by the way. No, you haven't, Boston. There you go. Charge $120 for $12 train ticket. Why? How does that happen? Raquel won. Yep. Nope. So Rhea talking to Jade through the camera. Tekla, I like that, Cooper. As a breakout for AEW, Tekla might be my choice. Kevin Knight, Tekla might be the one, though. Wins the world title. She's one of the better entertaining promos. She's funny. She stands, to me, she stands out in that division so much. Al Grande Americano. During FIFA, straight up price gouging. It's one of the one of the things of modern times is a lot of that. A lot of the gouging. It's so hard. But we've got to a point in history where people will spend the money, right? Like I've said it a million times, people mortgaging their house so they can go with two people to, to go see fucking Taylor Swift and shit like that. That's madness. Charlotte Flair comes walking out. So this continues to be an interesting story here playing out. Charlotte, Rhea, Jade. We know we kind of want the Charlotte Jade situation at some point. They've teased it quite a bit, but there's been animosity between Charlotte Flair and Rhea. They've kind of got along at times, but then not again. So Charlotte's got a mic. Charlotte's got a mic. Thekla would also qualify for sure. I agree. There's a reason singing is in the Olympics, though. There's certain things shouldn't be in the Olympics. We learned that about breakdancing, didn't we? And a Canadian won that, so haha. Is he making his return tonight on SmackDown? Who? Who? Charlotte's got a mic. Somewhere an OG Dale just shout out OG Dale. If you're watching the replay of this, hope you had a good day, sir. I'm sorry you're stuck at work, but we're thinking about you, big guy. So being a secretary is a sport. I mean, based on the definition that, Boston shared, anything that's physically exerting and that you could do with a team and compete is technically a sport. So if you found a way to make being a secretary competitive, sure. Like a staple off or some shit. Ken, I'm not even going to attempt to wrap my brain around that. That was 2020. Facts. So technically, the physical exertion type of the skills of the answer means you and MDB go back and forth is a sport. Yeah, technically. I mean, by that loose definition, a lot of things can become a sport. There's some of y'all out there that would be excellent solo sportists, if you know what I mean. But here comes Tiffy time. I'm working backwards. Why are you sorry? Frankie, you know what you can have? You can have Anne Hathaway as a real prize. What the fuck? Oh, my ex-fiance is Cape Verdean, MDB. Her grandmother used to make her bring me my food. Jokes. I all right. No, I'm curious. We gotta do something while we're here. Country, Central Atlantic Ocean, the west coast of Africa. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It's a very pretty place. Brutalities. I'm here for Rhea. Tiffy wants Rhea. But she's your U.S. champ. Boat riding is a sport. Facts. That's true. I mean, yachting, but it's physically exerting. And we got a storm now. So all the women kind of at the top of this division are piling out into the ring. Game 2. We on Boston. I miss ESPN Ocho. Had some crazy competitions. Facts. Yeah, Frankie, like technically it's physically exerting. But who gets the points? Is it the is it the rider or the ridee? That becomes a question with that one. Who are you judging? Is it like a tandem sport? Do they both get, like figure skating pairs? How does it work? Who are we judging here? Like, is it like bull riding? You got to hold on and not get bucked off. What are we doing? What are we doing? Bull riding should be a sport if car racing is a sport. Echoes was saying there's no precedent for singing being a sport. So fucking dumb. Well, I almost kind of disagree with you, MDB. How would you consider, such things as battle rap? I mean, very competitive, can be very physically exerting. Sometimes comes with, a lot of movement. People vote. And it's not quite singing, but it's in the neighborhood. But we do have the baddies. If they're going to do another 6-lady tag and it's going to be B-Fab, Mission, and Jade versus Tiffy, Rhea, and Charlotte, you're doing the same thing minus Alexa. But here they come. Jade storming down. And Aldez shows up. Buenos Aires. What? The segment said. Jade is in the building again. Dinosaur costume racing is a sport. Now, again, we got to come up with a centralized place of deciding what is sport if we're going to do this. You can't have just some people come together and be like, this is a sport now. Then technically, just about everything could be a sport. Fuck. MDB doesn't have a point, KJ. Him and Nick must have this. Can't consider. Sometimes it's just hard to take a knee and be like, I'm good. It's hard, man. We got egos. Thank you. You got me. I'm just curious, right? Because then you could technically have like a sing off. Like I said earlier, what is that fucking movie with like where they all sing? Sing? Is it called Sing? No, that's a cartoon, isn't it? Yeah. What's the like no, what the fuck? With like rebels in it? Oh, Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect. That's what I was thinking of. Like that's competitive singing, right? Would you count that? How does that go? Like, are we there yet? Literally, like, if you ever wondered how much I enjoy arguing or debating, I got involved in this one just because. Sing is the movie. No, well, Sing's the cartoon movie with all the animals. I know what Sing is, but I was trying to think of Pitch Perfect, which MDB did throw out there. Competitive acapella is not a sport. I mean, I would argue that's physically fucking demanding, and it would cause exertion. Hi, Duchess, says Nair. They literally have international vocal competitions. Back to the wrestling. Let's go. Ken, I appreciate you. I know I was muted. I muted on purpose. Back to wrestling. What's your thoughts on Spencer Slade, if you've seen him? I don't have a whole lot of information to offer you. I think if memory serves me correct, he kind of does the Josh Alexander vibe, but what I know and what I've seen, solid. See where he goes, but I think he's still doing his thing out there. In August, he faced Omos in a 2-on-1 handicap match in a losing effort. Capital punishment with Tim Springs. Yeah, not a whole lot of scouting report that I can offer you. What I have seen, pretty good. Sister Act is a movie. Choir is a team sport. That's true. Lauryn Hill was in Sister Act 2. She counts. It's subjective, though. And all of this is. It's all Spaz's fault, by the way. Way to go, Spaz. Oh, down goes Charlotte as we are kicking off a tag match. Tiffy and Charlotte. We're so caught up in whether or not singing is a sport that I didn't put a poll up for this one, but it's Mission and Jade. Now, is my brain scrambled? Did we not see Jade do something already tonight? Oh, I was watching. Never mind. Ignore me. My brain is scrambled. And try not to watch last week's show while you're getting ready for this week's show. Whoopi can't act. They should keep a microphone away from that woman at all times. But I just gave the gas and all match, unfortunately. All right, back to the wrestling. What do we got? We got Tiffy taking slaps and punches from Mission. But this is an interesting impromptu match. I mean, we did get we're trying to really kind of build up this main event scene. Tiffy is your U.S. champion. Does someone like Mission go after that? But it hasn't worked yet. Does this help get Mission over working with Jade? What changes? How does it get better? Like, is it working? Are we heading towards Rhea? Is it a triple threat? Where does this go? But Jade into the corner. And Jade, I think, is coming into her own, guys. I know some people really don't like me saying this, but I really do believe that Jade's picking up picking up everything that she needs to. And she's done nothing but improve over the last little while here. Getting more comfortable, less stiff in the ring. She feels like she's moving around more naturally. 3 former world champions is a fact. No Alexa so far. Where is Alexa? I don't know if I saw her. Did I? No. What up, 316? Shit, maybe Mission can finally capture some gold and some good backup by her side. Maybe, right? And I have found that when they were trying to push Mission as a babyface, it just wasn't clicking. I don't know if their promos were hitting hard enough. Or kind of in this role here, I mean, yeah, why not? Mission and B-Fab as women's tag champs, or a mid-card title for one of them. Jade is starting to find her flow a little better, KJ. I see it. It feels like she's more comfortable than she's been. As Charlotte off the apron, crossbody, both women down. I'll go with a longtime nemesis, Charlotte and Tiffy. Fair enough. Mission takes out everybody. The action hot and heavy here on a Friday. We go to commercial break. How's everybody doing out there? How is your Friday treating you? As I do see a bunch of people hanging out with us, and we appreciate it again. Click the little reaction buttons, massage that algorithm, let YouTube know you're having fun here at the Wrestling for Life Network. And again, be a friend, tell a friend, save your friends from bad reactions, from bad streamers, from bad attitudes. Bring them to the WFU, where we can talk wrestling, we can talk singing, we can talk sport, and have fun doing it. And there we go. Yums. Boom. Flair time for the win. Nice. What match is this? So this is Mission and Jade versus Charlotte and Tiffany. And it was impromptu. That's why no visual to go with this one. Boy, without guessing what this is, it sounds like some TVMA event. Facts. Xavier Woods has been mentioning Kenny Omega. Yeah, for sure. A lot of talk about, the past stuff, the video game stuff. the up, down, down stuff all tying in and how that would play out. And Kenny, the Bucks, the New Day, how will it look? So I'm right now getting an ad for UFC 207. That's not UFC, is it? UFC is way past that. Zuffa 07? Anyway, somebody can fill me in on what that graphic is. Finn is coming out on tonight's show. Alex, I don't know. They advertise Finn. They give us a promo package or a pre-tape package for Finn Balor, but nobody mentioned it whether or not he'd be here today, tomorrow, next week, whenever. We don't know. Being a band frontman or a woman is a triathlon. Being a band frontman or woman is a triathlon. It could be. It could be. Right? As you spark this back up. All right. The locker room, at least on the face things. We're back from commercial break. The show rolls on, folks. Rhea's going to wrestle looking like that. Yeah, apparently. No American Idol is just a shite show. Facts. Everyone, God bless. What's up, Jordan? That's fake television. Let's go. So what is American Idol then? I mean, that is a singing competition. It is very fake shit, though. And I mean, is that one of the shows that died like a decade ago that they just refused to stop doing? And American Idol is one of the things, one of the shows that I blame for everybody that goes on TV now has a sob story. No one shows up to be like on Big Brother or Survivor or American Idol or fucking Master Chef, any of these reality shows. No one shows up and is like, I have a happy family, I had a happy life, I'm great, I love to cook, let's go. Everyone's just like, I had the worst time ever. And some of the stories are horrible, like just not even like anything worth it. Yeah, I've always wanted to sing because we had ants. And when I sang, I forgot about the ants. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I blame American Idol for that. Everyone had to have a sob story to get more votes. So now everyone's wired to just be sad. Out trauma each other. So if you're singing in a motorboat and typing, it's a triathlon. By definition, kind of. Weird combination of things, though. As Charlotte's trying to get the tag, Tiffy's banging on the steps. She gets the tag. Bologna. As she takes out Mission. Nice back elbow. That looks sloppy, though. And drop kick to Jade for the measure. Not sure why Jade was bent over, but hey. Oh, Tiff rolls through. Alabama slam. The headgear he wears is to help hold his hearing aids in because he's deaf. That came straight from him for sure. Same and similar to Josh Alexander as far as Josh has the ear issue, so they're protecting that, which again, I'd rather them be safe. Doesn't mean they can't wrestle. I like that there's one or two wrestlers that are kind of unique that way. I don't want to see everyone do it, but again, especially when there's a story and you can kind of tell that story. Being a band frontman, I'm low key a dog with a bone. Pause. Unless long key is a word that you were trying to pitch me on. American Idol is so fake. People don't even remember Jennifer Hudson didn't win, and she's the most successful person from the show. Facts. As Mission does break it up. Big kick to Charlotte, though. Decent match. I'm very happy with Jade, Tiff, and the girls on this one. I ate an edible dog biscuit once. It was human grade. I guess. I mean, I've had plenty of vitamins that or vitamin adjacent items that never tasted very well. So the idea that it was a dog biscuit doesn't really. Yeah, just cram it down there and get going. Pause. Big damn ants. Spaz, let's go, buddy. Tiffy time with a hot tag. Yeah. Now, tag. Oh, Mission Yank Charlotte down. Milk Bone Doggy Biscuits, all natural facts. Your Cody illustration is looking more like Danhausen. Yeah, each week it gets a little darker. It's me trying to manifest the heel Cody. So I just keep making him a little darker each week. Tiffy rolls through. 2-2-2. Crowd almost popped. Rey Mysterio has his own soap sold at Walmart. Oh, Jade trips up Tiff. Going for the moonsault. And she gets jaded. And Jade continues to dust everybody. Like, Jade's on a Darby Allin run right now, guys. She's beating everybody. Lucha. If singing or rapping is a sport, does that mean Flavor Flav is an athlete? Is it Flavor Flav who randomly loves water polo? Am I correct on that? Anyone know? I feel like he sponsored like a water polo team randomly. So he became a big fan of water polo. Not the donkey biscuits. Has SmackDown been good today so far? It's been decent. Yeah, not bad overall. Lots of moving parts. Jade's been a big presence here tonight. Cody, Gunther kicking off the show with energy. Good. It's been good. I'm not jumping out of my seat yet. Damn it. 0-3. A colonoscopy is called a Cameron Diaz. Oh, spaz. That's jokes. Flavor Flav did sponsor a women's team for the Olympics. There you go. It's crazy. Flavor. As JC walking over, we do have some. Oh, it's camera light. Walking over to Soraya and Bree as we have scream mode. It's always fun when you can activate scream mode. Just saying. Ah! All right. They flanked them. As Fatal Influence is taking out the tag champs, Lacey and Fallon, sneaking around to the other side. Well, there's 3 members of Fatal Influence, and there's currently 2 people a part of Scream Mode. So it would seem like they may need a Nikki. Cameron Diaz is half Cuban. Did not know that because she's white as fuck. Well, up next. This is a long-winded fucking last year's winner of the Cody Rhodes sweepstakes at Universal Studios or Theater. Universal Studios. This Cameron Diaz from Compton? Not likely. Manifesting. That's what we do. So we are going to a little video package of people who won something, and now they got to go to Universal Studios with Cody Rhodes. Her last name is Diaz. Did anyone have what happened? Oh, because she's Cuban. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Still white as fuck. I think we have a Flavors bio at the shop, or maybe Fab 5 Freddy. Too many F's. As we do go to a commercial break commercial break, folks. The show rolls on. We are coming up to the end of the second hour, almost 3:40 p.m. at this point, as we head towards 4 o'clock. Cameron Diaz went to high school with Snoop Dogg. Interesting. Okay. This is going to be a good match between Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints. I have enjoyed their matches. Shouldn't be a bad match at all. It's just, where do we go with this? Where do we take this? How do we make this work? Valid point. Valid point. But if you didn't know her name, you're not putting any Latin on her at all. What's the main event of the show? Do we officially have a main event for this show? Do we know what they're going to save to the end? Boom, 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 boom. Shion or Cody Rhodes. Let's go. Jade beating everybody. Hayes versus Saints is next. So get your votes in. I will put a poll up for this one. Let me know who you're taking. It's interesting. Where does this head to? What happens next? Nobody. All right. We are on a commercial break. I'm going to take a second to take a commercial break as well. Folks, if you can hear my voice, stick around. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to play our merch ad, and then I will still be here to talk. But I'm going to stretch my legs for a second while this ad plays. And we will get more wrestling coming up. Lots more show to come. So do not go anywhere. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're hitting the reaction buttons. As I see a lot of people hanging out. We could use some more thumbs on this one. So get in there, smash all the buttons, and be a friend of the show. Help us out, folks. We're doing our best. We want to grow. We want to hit milestones. We want to continue to entertain everyone out there. But we got Royce and R-Truth. Give me a moment. There you go, folks. We shirt people. We merch people. Royce is not happy about Priest. Truth stuck in the middle. I want Truth. Remember when Truth first came back from getting let go and he had that attitude and he wanted to shave his head? He could do that kind of heelish Truth with Royce, technically. Ricky is the Cameron Diaz of wrestling. You're going to have to elaborate to why. This is just the dancing, the hip moves. Dark Cody, Doty Henson? There's no crying in baseball. That was an odd poll. What the poll say? Strikes again. I haven't done that in a while. Sometimes when I type, my brain makes my fingers type what I'm saying and not what I'm thinking. So all right, let's try that again. It's a weird poll. Carmelo. I guess I should have called him Little Cody. Carmelo versus Saints. That's better. All right, there you go. That's how you know we're live. I actually know a person named Cody. All right. Is he cool? Is he fun? I actually know a person named Doty. Yeah, Doty Henson. Carmelo Hayes for the W. I want Ricky Saints with Royce. I think that could work. especially with Ricky being such a heel, right? It definitely helps him. AEW is back on top. W ratings. Monet helped raise it up. What were the ratings? Ba-ba-ba. Collision got a 498 with Dynamite. The most recent Dynamite got 704. 704 is a good number for them. Let me know, Chris. Let me know. I'm curious. We've definitely tapered off how much we are watching, or how much we're paying attention to the ratings, especially since all the rating system got mixed up and changed. There you go. Made it. This is the revolution. The revolution will not be televised, folks. It will be streamed live from the Wrestling for Life Network. As we go back to the last time these two met. Mellow don't miss. I believe I can fly. That must mean I'm fucking high. Anyway, moving on. I don't know anybody, Doty, but I have an aunt named Dot. There you go. Brandy Rose calls Ricky Saint son-in-law. Aww. Interesting. Mellow song's a banger. I like Ricky's entrance too, but I do think Ricky's entrance song and entrance might have been slightly better in AEW. It just hit harder. And I don't say that very often. But yeah, I think Ricky in AEW, his entrance was a little better. Similar, but not the same. Doty is a free elf. Okay. All right. We are off and running. What did the chat say? 56% of the chat going Carmelo Hayes, 33% of the chat going Saints, and 11% going nobody. Interesting. Same but different. Yeah. We got a 2 count. Carmelo doesn't even have his jacket off yet, but a huge frog splash with the jacket on. Ricky Saints and Cody Rhodes are really close. Oh, yeah. That's a big part of why Saints is here. Remember, Saints took heat because he was at, was it Rumble? Was it, no, it was Mania. Mania 39. And he took a lot of heat, security camera footage of him there, which is insane. By Big Nose. Big country. Ricky Saints, and Ricky Starks, twin brothers. Similar, very similar. You will notice some similarities for sure. Nice springboard clothesline by Carmelo with a flex. And there goes Ricky up and over and out. Yeah, right? A little. Like, if you go back to his AEW music, it hit harder. It was a little more on point. This is like, a mimic of it, which is never quite the same. Carmelo Saints sounds like a good wrestling name. Carmelo Saints. Nobody should have Ricky be another El Grande Americano Jr. No. That's jokes, though. No. Do you think that Enzo and Cass will have the same theme song? I think so, yeah. Especially initially, right? Anytime you return somebody that was popular in your company, you kind of got to go back to the old tropes so people know who's coming. And I think that moment where if you're waiting and if you got like a tag team, say, standing in the ring, you got, Theory and Braun standing in the ring bragging about there's no good tag teams and blah, 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 blah. And then you hear that whoop, whoop, whoop. And he comes running out with the mic and doing his fucking chicken dance. Place will go unglued. If they come back with different music, you don't really get that reaction. Now, could they evolve after that? For sure. But we've seen it with others, like even Matt Cardona, and such, like came out even when he started on SmackDown. It was like you got the Zack Ryder entrance music, and then they flipped it, and that's how they made that transition. But when you're bringing them back, you're gonna want that. You might be on to something, Nair. There you go. Big Nick should be happy. Be JC Mateo going back to Jeff Cobb. Well, we expected that. So yeah, as Ricky walks the ropes, gives us a little peewee, and then the arm drop. That sounds terrible. Into the knee, and Carmelo is down. Why not? He can do that in AAA and Ricky in WWE. It would get over. Yeah, I mean, sure, but I just don't see. I think that's kind of run its course to a big extent. So adding on Ricky as something here, I don't think so. I think I feel like he's kind of above what they're doing there, especially with like Bravo and Reyes. Ricky versus Ludwig Grande would be great match for sure. I give you that. Where do you think Mike Santana ends up in the main roster, SmackDown or Raw if it comes? I'm thinking SmackDown just because SmackDown kind of needs it, and I feel like they're really shaking things up on SmackDown with a lot of emphasis being put on Netflix and Raw. You're seeing like they're making a big deal about Finn joining. We just saw JC Jane and the girls show up, so we definitely have talent that are heading this way. I really do feel like they're trying to mix up SmackDown a little bit. This crowd's kind of chanting, kind of murmuring. Jeff Cobb can't make no money being JC Mateo anymore. Oh, so it makes sense. For sure. Plus, the WWE definitely owns JC Mateo, so he wouldn't be leaving with that, right? So they'll hold the rights to anything JC Mateo related, and Jeff will go back to being Jeff Cobb, which is much better, depending on who you ask. Then have Ricky and Ethan show up in AAA versus Grande. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that. That's more appealing to me as if Ricky's Ricky. I think the two, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne were kind of in that, kind of floating, doing nothing. So putting them in this doesn't hurt them. It actually gave them way more TV time than they were getting. However, Ricky, to me, you're trying to build up as something. So, yeah, again, him being himself and getting involved for sure. Spazzer, $5. Let's go. Spaz running away with the number one spot tonight. Enzo and Cass versus Dirty Dom and JD. That works. For reasons also with Finn coming to SD. I'd love to see Finn versus Ricky. Finn versus Ricky. Finn versus Carmelo. Finn versus Cody. Finn versus Sammy. Like, again, no shortage of talent over here on SmackDown. Do you see Leon Slater in WWE or AEW? Stylistically, AEW works for him because he could go big, but they got Kevin Knight already. What do you do with Leon Slater when you already have you have several people kind of in the same vein? I don't know, the relationship between TNA and WWE, the fact that Leon's been on WWE programming, that kind of makes me lean towards WWE, Mr. Damien. Locked in. Oh, Ricky goes to run, gets rolled through. Caught up. Big DDT. Pretty. Those. Having two first names was a fail from the beginning. Jokes. Ethan Page works anywhere. He really does. He really has. Poor Bronson Reed is falling by the wayside. I mean, it's been unfortunate for Bronson Reed. Couple serious injuries, missed out on a couple big things. I know we've talked a lot on the channel here about the vision and it breaking down and it having issues and people getting hurt has been the number one reason why the storyline can't really get where it's going as we get a 2 count. Finn Balor versus Roy's Keys would be good for sure. For sure. There's a way to make that work for sure. No shortage, fam. Finn versus Keys. Could happen. Yeah, booking a sport. If so, Tony Khan gets gold. Yeah, I don't think so. Right? I'm with you, buddy. That's funny. If booking was an Olympic sport and you had to grade it, I would almost welcome that because then the judge, like, it would be funny to watch the sickos turn on the judges. The judges like watch a dynamite and score it horribly. None of this makes sense. The formatting's terrible. The booker did a terrible job, and then the fans just melt down. These judges don't know shit. He looks shredded right now. He's back soon, I think. Yeah, he's been hitting the gym. He's been hitting the gym hard. He's kind of on that AJ Styles vibe right now. He is jacked. He was a big round dude. He's kind of become. He's still big, still round, still plump, but definitely toned. It's one of them big, strong dudes, and I think he's gonna be an impact player when he comes back. As Ricky talking down to the ref having an issue here, but Carmelo slides him back door with a roll up. And we get a deep 2.99. Big kick as Carmelo gears up. Oh, misses him. Grabs, by the hips. Rolls through. Rolls through again. Ricky grabs the tights. And he gets the win. Nobody would win pleasantly. Who's the judge, Corny? Jesus. He'd be throwing shit at them from, like, the judge's booth. That would be like how you would know how he felt about things. He'd just start chucking tomatoes, cursing and swearing. The Vision was cursed before Danhausen. That's some wicked voodoo. It's crazy. There's some weird juju, weird karma going on with the Vision. As they go to the back with Trick Williams. That's crazy. Bulldog Brower. That's going way back, Ken. I was doing good no robocalls for a week now. Today, 10. 10. Trick said, keep fighting peasants. I'm the king. Don't forget to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have Trick in the back with Kathy Kelly. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. As Braun Breaker is in the building. Braun Breaker here going eye to eye with Trick Williams. There legitimately is a shit ton of talent in this company right now. Big stare down by Trick and Braun here. And we go back to the back with Tiffany. Tiffany saying, I would have been out there for you if you had told me. So we got, single white female in Chelsea Green. I don't want you out there, says Tiffy. But Chelsea's very much in the I hear what I want to hear vibe. Tiffy off to see the trainer, but Chelsea continues to try and develop some type of friendship, which is going to melt down into Chelsea going postal. 45 likes. We can do better. We can do better. Is Big Nick on assignment getting numbers or who? MJF is actually more over. Say he's doing research. He's doing a research project right now. It's his thesis how MJF is the biggest guy in the world. When will Braun change his name to Steiner? I think never. Again, it comes down to the licensing and it comes down to rights and rah, 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 rah. I think Rex Steiner is a way better wrestling name than Braun Breaker. They love alliteration. They really do. But we do have the irresistible forces coming out to the ring. and we go to a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Again, get in that chat. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how your day is going. What is new? What is exciting? How are things? What is this? Disclosure Day. Anyone got a 2 cents on Disclosure Day? Oops. The Chelsea time, right? Speaking of alliteration, lash legend. Yeah, how many lashes have you met in your life? Not that I care to disclose. I like it. Nothing wrong with a little alliteration. Not at all, especially in the name game. It kind of rolls off the tongue if you do it right. But some of these names have lost the plot. Did Braun interfere? No. So Braun Breaker is here today, and Braun will be participating in a Fatal 4-Way coming up relatively soon. I imagine it's the main event as we head into the last hour. But Braun Breaker, Dom, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest will take on each other to advance in the King of the Ring tournament. Should be interesting. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Just checking the internet, seeing if there's anything exciting going out in the world. But again, keep it coming, folks. 2032. What was the question? I feel like I'm on Jeopardy sometimes. What is the year the world ends? No, I don't know. Where's Jose? Maybe Nick or Anthony have been robo calling me all day. Could be, could be. No, I think both men are busy. And again, they were here last night, which we appreciate. Quick turnaround, so I'm here today. I will warn everyone, we are back on Monday in the afternoon again. I believe it's the last of the afternoon shows, perhaps. But yeah, and then I think we go back later in the month. As it stands now, yeah, so we go Paris on Monday. We go on the 12th. We're in Italy again. All right. And then London on the 22nd. Night of Champions will be here live the 27th at 11 a.m. And then on the 28th, we are here at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. for 3 shows. NXT. As I'm getting a Blake Monroe video package, Slammiversary, NXT, Great American Bash, and Forbidden Door all on the same night. So it's going to be a fully stacked, fully energized marathon that the predictions will be on the line, and you're going to have 4 pay-per-views worth of matches to make your predictions. Let's go. When is Dom defending his AAA title? I don't know. That's a good question. There's still static there with him and his dad, so we'll see how this works. Ray has a big announcement coming up on Saturday, tomorrow, so we'll see what he has to say and how it pertains to his champion. But again, it's one of those things where they understand their champion is not defending the title all the time. Ba, 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 ba. Oh. Chelsea Green. Rex Reiner, while you're at it. If you got to stick it, why not, right? at the same damn time. Change his name to Braun Schwab. Jesus. The champion defending. We'll do a poll. What is in KJ's cup? I like that. I just put a request in for a refill, so it's funny timing on that question. I'll never tell. The champion defending the title should feel special, in my opinion. 100% should. That's why I didn't love what they did with Darby. I don't love, the random one-offs. I think when Dom shows up on AAA, the crowd goes wild. When Dom gets announced, like one of the things I love about a heel champ we don't get enough of is forcing them into the match. Too often in companies like AEW at times, like WWE at times, they where was I going with that? They kind of force things and defend they defend the titles too much. You want them to feel special. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second, but you want your titles to matter. Your title matters. Your title defenses matter. The champion can be present on your show, but just winning a bunch of nothing matches doesn't make the title run any better or worse. Again, a series of matches that don't really have relevance doesn't really hit. Right? One more hour. We're almost there. We're almost there, Nair. We're almost there, folks. As right now, Lash is ragdolling Chelsea Green. Right? And he a re-up, not a reboot. Ray brings the Del Rio in and takes the title off Dom. That's not happening. Not happening, my guy. Those poor roadies going back and forth to Italy, right? Little odd with some of how it's scheduled out at the end there. It's Chelsea trying to get Lash down. Lash blocks it. Lash grabs Chelsea Green. Big boot. Oh. Jums.
Yums.
Chelsea Green is in trouble, folks. What is she going to do here? Nia ringside, and she's getting smaller by the week. Bum, 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 bum. What's the reboot about? What is this all about? As Nia goes down.
Yums.
Man, those poor roadies going back and forth. I know you said this. I mean, again, it's a little bit interesting how they've cycled it all through. In all seriousness, Chelsea is the backbone of SmackDown. In all seriousness, I want Chelsea Green to win the world title as she flies from the top. Lash and Nia down. A boot. Yeah, I don't know a boot. What's that a boot? Close. Roman throwing in some yums.
Yums.
Bum, bum, bum. Nia said, I say this with love. When you start looking like an alien, you need to stop. How do I answer this politely? I think ultimately it's up to everyone, and I understand what people are doing, and I get it, and I understand. And I, as a person that's been up and down in size and different weights and feeling good and not feeling good, there is a point where you start looking at certain people and think, we need to get this away from you. I'm not saying she's there yet, but you're right. Like when they, when you start talking about breaking things down and not looking healthy anymore. But Lash Legend gets the pin. I definitely had a brain zap. I definitely like zoned out mid sentence. It happens. It happens. Lots of moving parts. Wrestling's on TV. The chat's blowing up. Let's go. Let's go. How we doing on a Feel Good Friday? Well, now they're talking about tribal combat. So we go back to Monday where Jacob acknowledged the tribal chief. How are we feeling about this right now? It went into the void. Just overstimulated. My ADD kicked in and I didn't think of anything. Just blanked out. Honey, I Shrunk the Naya jokes. Das Boots is a classic movie. Das Boots. Production gear in the heat. Oh, I mean, I'm sure they're paid accordingly. I could watch 2 more hours. Well, we're going to watch for another 45 minutes. Then we're going to have an amazing weekend. We're going to enjoy the sun. We're going to touch grass. We're not going to fight with people on the internet over stupid shit. We're going to live our lives and we're going to smile and we're going to come back on Monday. We're going to kick ass. We're going to kill it. We're going to have some busy times coming up. We got special shows coming up. We got pay-per-views coming up. We got a random late June triple threat marathon coming up. Shout out to June 28th and all the counter booking. Irish coffee. Let's go. I like it. Not vitamin water. They better bring free extinguishers to Paris. Yeah. Patty. Things have gone sideways and Europe's struggling. Europe's got some issues. But I think we all do at this point. I thought this month is the European tour, and next month they're coming back to the States. So they are to an extent, right? Like they come back and then they do a show in London, then they come back again, and then they go to Saudi, and then they come back again. And back again, and back again, and back again. Speaking of back again. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. Bow. So basically, the bloodline united. Jacob's on Roman's side. Jacob acknowledges the chief. The Usos put the locker room on notice. They walk out unified, united. What is next for the bloodline? Who steps up? Who gets in the way? How does Jacob's relationship with Roman change? But Solo finds Royce. I think there's going to be a huge payoff with Jacob in the storyline. I think so too. Right? If you beat Jacob down and force him into spots and just make Jacob miserable, when he turns the corner and decides enough, the crowd's going to go wild. And maybe that's why you let him lose early. Have you been following any of the TKO versus shareholder stuff? Yeah, Ken, very much so. I'm a fun fact, but I'm a crime doc or like a true crime enthusiast. We'll put it that way. Big fan, and this falls into that category, and it ties in wrestling. So I've kind of all the bases covered. The TKO shareholder stuff. It's very interesting, but it's funny in the sense of, I mean, this is very much corporate America at its finest and how things generally work. It's just Vince went about things in such a way that people kind of saw what he was doing. It was very transparent, though he was acting like he wasn't. But ultimately, when you have shareholders, you have an obligation to kind of work through. We've seen it with like all the Time Warner stuff and the merges and Paramount. Like you got to go through all the documentation, all the paperwork. You got to make it line up. You got to make it make sense. And if Vince's obligation is to find, the maximum dollars for the shareholders. So if he took a lesser deal because it secured a position for him in the new company, that would be grounds for the shareholders to be upset. The strong arming, some of the stuff that's coming out, maybe some of the misappropriation of funds. This whole story's got a lot more to go. More is going to come out about it. But I'll be honest. I mean, I think members of the shareholders have a valid argument because Vince is the poison pill in all of this. Braun Breaker for the win was the chat. What did the chat say? I don't even know. Did I put a poll up? Where's the poll? Dun, dun, dun. No poll. Slacking. I think Jacob might be nursing an injury and thus the backseat role for a moment. Possible. We did talk about him having that limp, and some people surmised that he was injured and was going to be out. So right now I'm getting a commercial for Scary Movie 6. Stop smiling. Didn't we do the Jacob storyline with Solo already? In a way, for sure, Jose. But I mean, to the impact of messing with Roman and potentially becoming world champion, no. Which I think I'm okay with. And I think the difference with Solo was, I love you, Solo, very much in that vein, right? And then he got fed up with Solo shit. This is slightly different in the sense of going into it with a different mentality, right? He got forced to acknowledge the chief. The bloodline going to flip. Jacob going to poison the bloodline within the enemy of my enemy. That's very possible, Nair. That would be the kind of the trick to it all, right? If they all turn on Roman. Roman gets ousted by his own bloodline. It does add an element to Roman's heroic approach to everything. And if Roman's out of the bloodline and now he's the underdog, now he's the one that's got to overcome, could work. Almost. Main event, Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, it's up on the screen now. So that will be the main event tonight or today, as we still have about 40 minutes on the clock. Braun Breaker for the win. You are cursed. Don't curse me. I still want to know who is the Frankenstein? Who is going to pop out of Danhausen's lab? That's good shit. I'm bloodline all the way, man. Fall in line, Jacob. Get in your place. Danhausen. Then you got to watch the Lego series KJ True Crime is Real. I saw this like clipping through. Now that you bring it up here in this context, Unbroken. I'm pretty sure I saw this on like one of my apps. All right, I might have to check it out. I had no idea. But yeah, I love that shit. Solo and Jacob's story, the same but different. Yeah, similar, right? Still the same kind of. And I mean, a lot of the the main stories that we get from anything are very similar, right? So now we are going back to Mask versus Mask again, and I still contest the most hyped lucha match in at least a decade, if not ever. Like it's crazy how big this has gotten. They're talking about it again. Dom for the win. Let's go, Knicks. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Knicks on this one. Wade cracks me up. I'm glad he's back. I like Wade. I agree with you. I don't dislike him. It took a while for me to get used to him. He's a little dry. I was worried about him and Joe together would be a little boring, a little bland. but they've found kind of a groove. Joe's the straight sports kind of guy, and Wade's a little more all over the place, can be a little more heelish. But yeah, so we get the reveal of Chad Gable. So I do like the fact that they've on Raw and SmackDown let us, we saw the Americano storyline start on the main roster in WWE. The unveil happens at AAA, but they've made sure that we all know that it happened. We all push home that, hey, what you always thought, it was Chad all this whole time. And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for your darn luchas, darn grandes. Did you see Ospreay flip out over the praise for the mask versus mask match? KJ, top guys in AEW are massive marks for themselves. But I haven't, and maybe I'll try and find it real quick, Bernard. I haven't seen his reaction. But I will say that, like, you can be a mark for yourself and still cheer for other people. I have an issue with people, especially when you're in a collection of like working together, working in a similar industry, and it comes off really insecure if you can't let other people have their moment. If the Grandes have an epic match at a higher level, blah, 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 and everyone's phrasing it, it's not conducive for you. As Chad wants a moment with Dragon Lee. Sorry, Phoenix. My God, Phoenix and Dragon Lee need to change their masks. But so now Chad's saying, I just put the mask on to make fun of you, but I respect you now, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's an issue for me. And I find that AEW, the sickos, and some of the people within the walls of AEW at times can be very childish and very insecure. For example, Double or Nothing kills. Like, it's a good show. Couple little things might have been off, but overall, very solid pay-per-view. And there's a lot out there. They can't just go like, congrats AEW. Woo, my company did well. This is awesome. They killed it. This is great. But they have to go out and be like, oh, way better than this, or way better than like, it's just this insecure, two things can't be true at the same time issue. Right? So I haven't heard anything from Will Ospreay about this. If I missed it, so be it. But again, without knowing fully what he said, if he has any issue with the fact that this match was doing great shit and had somehow, put his own 2 cents in there and make that comparable. Oh, that was a great match. What about my matches? Rah, rah, rah. Again, I mean, people that can't put other people over are insecure. People that you see only really put themselves over, or that get really uncomfortable. I really don't like that energy from when you have people around you that seem envious or get very green about other people's success or other people doing well. It's just a bad vibe. I mean, for my money, any chance I get to kind of build somebody up, whether I like them or not, if they do good, they do good. And I mean, me kind of allowing that comparable to kind of somehow reflect on me or my performance doesn't make a lot of sense. So, I mean, Ospreay's a great wrestler. We know he could have phenomenal matches. Could he have a match that's a little more dialed in and a little more structured? That'd be lovely. But ultimately, I don't think he has any reason to kind of have an issue with mass versus mass, as it was almost universally praised for how well it was done. All right. It looks like we are finally ready for the main event here today. As the show rolls on, the sun is still shining out there. So we should get out of here nice and early today. Sit on the deck, sit on the porch, open a couple pops, feel good about life. Damien. Who do you think? Now, it's something we got to consider. The winner of this will take on Oba Femi. And I have a feeling whoever wins this match is going to be the winner. of that match. I think Oba is. Could Oba lose in the semi, or do you make him lose in the final? I wonder how that plays out. Braun Breaker. But who is a fit to take on Oba? That's another part of this equation that we have to consider, is not just who should win or who's going to be a good W or needs the win. This is legitimately a question as far as how are they going to do it and who takes on Oba. Why was Nick silently whispering, "I love you" solo? I don't know. Nick's won there. I don't. Nick's not here, man. Nick's won the game. Their game to make the championship on the church. Satan's birthday. I'm not kidding. Go figure. Go figure. What is this? Oh, it's One Piece. Okay. Fun fact, KJ, my dad was an attorney. He was hoping I'd follow him and take over his practice, but I went down a completely different road. That's funny, Ken. That's again, you got to make your own path. You got to make your own way. So I don't fault you for that at all. And sometimes, those big shoes to fill. But growing up, I always thought I was going to be a lawyer, and then I went a completely different way because, nah. AW wrestlers are chronically online. Yeah, too much so. They care too much sometimes as far as their own negative press. Again, it's a lot of insecurity. It's a lot of propping yourself up. The amount of people in that group that kind of use other people's misfortune or missteps to build their own kind of resume, like them fucking up doesn't somehow make you better automatically. It's almost like this default thing that happens. Ultimately, though, and again, it's not everybody. And I'm a huge fan of Will Ospreay. But if Will Ospreay's out there going on about like this match, wasn't that good or blah 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 or whatever he said, or if somehow had to get in the fact that I'm good too, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. Again, for me, you should be confident enough to see those around you have success and somehow it not affect you, right? It's like not laughing at someone's jokes because, oh, I want it to be the funny guy. Or it's like, yeah, again, somehow letting someone else's success or letting someone else's moment somehow, instead of feeling joy for them, you somehow feel it's a poor reflection on you, right? It's like, hey, man, I lost 50 pounds. What are you saying? I'm fat? What? Like, like, how did you get in here? Just say, good job. Like, what the fuck? But again, too many people are like that. Too many people focus and then somehow feel inadequate because someone else did good. Just strive for your moments and be happy, be content. And again, if you praise others, they'll praise you. That's how you sell a match, Ospreay, you fucking gymnast. Fair enough. Again, if he thinks there's something, and this is where it goes to the overall fundamentals of AEW programming. If he has an issue with anything that the build, the match, like that is pro wrestling. So when you tell me AEW is where the best wrestle, they have to adhere to some type of formula that fits in the confines of pro wrestling. I said it before. The Harlem Globetrotters aren't basketball. They're in the realm of basketball, but by definition, you wouldn't call what the Globetrotters do professional basketball. And that is the difference to me between the pros, the big leagues, the better company, maybe not the better company, but the overall bigger company compared to, the fucking Globetrotters of the thing. Rules don't matter. We travel, we double dribble. It doesn't matter. The same thing. Think about the comparable. The rules, not all of it goes out the window. But yeah, if anyone within AEW looks at what happened with Grandes, they should be taking notes, not foo-fooing it. Oh shit, that was really good by them. Maybe we could build something like that. No, I'm gonna train with John Moxley, and he's gonna teach me how to do an arm bar. Am I wrong? The content creator said that Grande vs. Grande was better than any Osprey match, and he responded. Oh, you baby. See, to me, that's petty shit. If I got off this show right now and I saw somebody had tweeted out, Wrestling for Life Network's my favorite wrestling content, and somebody went out and said, oh, I don't, they're not nearly as good as Days. We've been talking about Days. Shout out Days. Again, seems like a super nice guy. Someone went out there and said, oh, Days' worst stream is better than their best stream. I don't feel like I really need to go out there and say, how dare you? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm confident in what I do. I'm happy with what we do here. So you don't feel that way. Osprey feeling the need to answer, to me, speaks to the bigger problem. And I think a lot of people that I have issues with in AEW is they want to get over on word, not action. I said I was the best. I say we had the best matches. I say we have a great weekly show. I say our numbers are doing good. And back it up with very little proof of that. Now, that being said, Double or Nothing, arguably their best pay-per-view of the year. Did very well. But the weekly show, this Wednesday, was their best weekly show since Double or Nothing. Did good. But there is still a lot of flaws, a lot of things we need to clean up. However, yeah, guys like Will Ospreay, Ospreay's one of the best wrestlers in the world. If you can't be confident as that, and you feel the need to fight some Joe Blow and try and prove that what the fuck, get over yourself. Stop. Grow up. Gives a shit. Ospreay having a hissy fit because he working with Moxley. You made the choice, you dumbass. That's the thing, again, and we're watching the build. Let's say what we all believe, Nair. Let's say it's true that this is all part of the build for Ospreay to take on MJF at All In to win the belt. So far, this build is garbage. Garbage. Shite. Not good. Weak. Terrible. Not good at all. And then you compare that to the build and the storytelling that we got from the Grandes, who, let's be real, the Grandes were put in a position where people wanted to hate it, and they had to overcome that. Ospreay's in a position where we want to cheer for you, and he's like, how do I fuck this up? Even when Triple H went out and made a generic comment about, some wrestlers don't want to do the grind, Ospreay was like, that has to be about me, and went out and had to run his mouth. Be more secure. I feel like AEW has a collection of very insecure individuals, and it hurts their booking. I think Jericho's insecure. I think Moxley's insecure. I think the Bucks are insecure. I think I can run down this list for a while, but ultimately, I believe that Tony Khan is insecure. I think he's insecure in his booking. I think he's insecure in his position. I think he struggles to maintain and demand order and structure. I think too many people are doing whatever the fuck they want because he doesn't know how to tell them no. And ultimately, it's just weak sauce. We saw it with Ricochet. Ricochet got mocked for his bad acting and wished a lady who has a chronic disease that, nothing but the worst. That to me is insecure shit. You're a professional, quote unquote, athlete. You are on TV every week and you have to go pick on a lady in a wheelchair. The fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Why would we do that? Why punch down? Grow some balls. Give them a tug. Man up. Grow up. And behave better. Because whether they know it or not, a lot of their ego and a lot of this bullshit, the Punk fight, the brawling with Punk and the Bucks and the Elite and all that shit and all the in-house drama and all these egos and all these whiny wrestlers have turned off a lot of wrestling fans. When people talk about WWE booking and what's the WWE's booking's got to get better, or fans are going to leave, but they don't necessarily leave and go to AEW, especially when it's not the most welcoming of places. When you have a fan base that gatekeeps at the fucking highest degree, where celebrities are even shunned by them. Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me when anything I just said was made up. Will Ospreay's got to get a bigger backbone. Like, he's got to figure his shit out. Who gives a fuck what some reporter said? Grow up. Way definitely hitting Bobby Heenan's stride. I like it. You're not wrong as Braun goes rope to rope to rope. Big clothesline. Now he's barking like he has Tourette's. The sickos lost the shit when old boys said that. They treat Ospreay like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ridiculous. Ospreay could be the Stone Cold Steve Austin of this company. Instead, he's booked with John fucking Moxley, learning how to do push-ups. Pretending to be a workbench for Wheeler Yuta. The fuck are we doing? We're playing props? What is this? Who's lying anyway? Where's Drew Carey? What other props we got? We're going to use fucking this guy as a prop? Then he's fighting relatively okay matches. Mark Davis kicked the living shit out of him, which is fine. But this whole story, if you're building him to MJF, him and MJF should be on each other's nerves for months. For months. I'd even give Ospreay a title shot at, what the fuck do they have coming up? One of the shows coming up, Blockbuster on next Wednesday. Have the match. Have him lose. This thing that John Moxley's training him, and all he does, he wrestles exactly the way he did prior to training with Moxley, except now he has to win with an armbar after he does all his other shit. Fucking stupid. Stupid overall. And he's out there gangbanging on everybody that says anything negative, not realizing it's his own people that are fucking him up. But he's so deep in the Kool-Aid that he's right there with them. Come on. Stop me when I'm wrong, folks. As Dom throwing punches on Trick. Damian back in, old friends, so to speak. Ospreay is a great move doer. I don't know about wrestler. His promos aren't great. His selling is okay. And he has proven himself to be a draw in America. He hasn't. You're right. He is a draw for this company, but he hasn't proven that he can really bring in new fans, bigger crowds. Where are they all? You're averaging 3,000. Was it 3,000? 3,000 this year in 2026? We're supposed to be super pumped. He is a great move doer. Yeah, the ring psychology lacks a lot at times. His matches are fun, but again, the referee being irrelevant during the entire match bothers me. Promos I like his promos because they're from the heart, they're unrehearsed, clearly, and they're passionate. I know some people out there don't know what the fuck he's saying, and sometimes you need the caption on to figure it out, but he's a passionate guy, and I always said it with any sport. I'd rather take passionate people than talented people if I had to choose. If I had to choose between two guys and their talents are kind of a wash, I want the passion. I want somebody that's got the passion to drive, because you can win with passion, and talent alone is not enough. And this is where we get in this argument, Bernard, of this is where the best wrestle, but you're not exactly doing wrestling. This whole real pro wrestling. No, I'm sorry. It's a fallacy. Couple of pops. As Braun and Damian are the two in the ring right now. I'm currently sitting outside taking my vitamins, watching the show on an iPad. I have you on my phone. Great life. Right now, getting ready to get some McDonald's. Let's go. Thinking barbecue. I'm going to get off the stream. But yeah, that sounds wonderful. Thank you for making us a part of your day, Cooper. Yeah, life's pretty good. It's a feel-good Friday. The sun is shining, though they are calling for some rain in my neck of the woods to counter some of this humidity. As Braun goes through, super kick. Sitting on the dock by the bay. One of my favorite songs ever. Otis. Oh, Otis. Let's go. Getting ready for, so back. Yeah. Shout out. That sounds awesome. That's amazing. It's technically supper time. Supper or dinner? See, I grew up in a family, and my family from the East Coast, dinner time is like lunch. They have it at like dinner, like in the middle of the day. It's dinner time. But when on my other side of the family, dinner was supper, both at the same time. Like, it's just, change the names. That being said, what do you call it? As Braun up and over, down he goes outside. Give us Braun versus Oba now. Okay. I mean, KJ, got you. My mom is a lawyer. She wanted me to be one too. Jose could have done it. Right. I decided to just, start a YouTube channel and argue with people. I kind of feel good enough. A lot of grandstanding and bullshittery with AEW locker room. It's a lot. Like, you see these interviews, like you see Jon Moxley. Now, I don't expect Jon Moxley to do an interview and say, yeah, I'm really shit at wrestling. I suck and nobody should watch it. Oh, wow, we get it. Frankensteiner, down goes Priest, crowd goes wild. Dom saves it. Remember, fatal four-way, winner moves on to take on Oba Femi. Yeah, it's a lot of, like you said, a lot of grandstanding, a lot of bullshittery, because, like I was saying about Moxley, I don't expect him to shit on himself. But some self-awareness is important. One of the things you really should always strive to be is self-aware, right? Because sometimes you are a certain way and you don't realize it, and it's detrimental. If you can kind of be self-aware of where you stand and how you handle situations, you can either improve on it or change it or augment it to a way that works better or worse, depending on how you do it. But ultimately, again, they talk a lot. Like I said, Moxley going on about all this, I'm an artist and I want to do the art of, like, cinema and magic and rah, 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 rah. But then if you put that interview he did with his wife next to like clips of what he's actually doing, they don't compute. They don't connect. You talk like you're doing this big grandiose thing, but anybody watching sees you're not doing that. Jericho, Moxley, Bucks, all these guys. Oh, I think we're like, you can talk Tony. Oh yeah, like it was a great idea to put out the CM Punk security footage. Oh no, didn't hurt us at all. Wasn't a bad decision. We stand by it. Really, like that. That is that level of delusion. That not self-aware of how you were perceived by almost everybody for that behavior. And I get that. I think that's where my real big frustration with AEW started. As a day one AEW fan, then I started getting the things that, like, okay, they're doing these interviews and talking like they're like killing the world, but they're not. They didn't do anything. I'm taking over. You didn't take over shit. What did you take over? Well, I had the belt. I don't care. You were boring as fuck. I wanted to be a priest growing up, but OnlyFans changed. I never laughed at anyone's jokes, only mine. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Jose. Though you do spend a lot of time laughing at MDBs. I'll give you that. The Globetrotters aren't sport. They're singing basketball. Yes! Okay, I'll give you that. They're more of a freestyle basketball player. Exactly, right? So you're still saying it's cool shit. Like, I love to go watch a half-court tournament or like an N1 type thing, throwing the clock back. But, oh, wait, trying to set up the Frankensteiner. Trick just backs off. Damian has fought it off. It's become a suplex. Trick now comes up to help. Liv on the outside watching. Looking ravishing, as always. They're really trying to get Damian up, but it won't let him happen. And there we go. Right? It doesn't mean that freestyle basketball isn't fun, but it's not the pros. There's certain level of rules and standards you have to keep to be considered the same. Think of it like mixed martial arts, right? You can't, like, when you go into bare knuckle or you go into these backyard brawls, they're not professional fighting just because you're doing the same motions of the other guys. You don't follow the same You don't have the same structure. You don't have the same rules and guidelines. And without that, you're just having fun. You're just freestyling. You're just fucking around. You're rolling around in the mud. 2. But it doesn't mean it sucks. It's just not what you claim it to be. And not only, like, you never hear someone from the Globetrotters, cutting a promo being like, oh, we're the best team. If we were in the NBA, we'd win it all. Like, you never hear that because they know what they are. But some of the wrestlers don't get that that's what they are. You're the guy that does really cool tricks. We put you in a pirate show outside the Bellagio. Congrats. Yeah, right. There he is. He heard you. What did he say? Ah, we're good. We were rolling. Feeling good. Feeling great. How are you? I'm actually checked into AEW right now. I'm interested in Sasha coming back for now. Fair enough. And like I said, I gave the show this week a 7. It was a good one by them. And if they could all come together and kind of clean up some of the shit and make it more legitimate pro wrestling, I'd be happy. Often what you hear from fans is, it's not supposed to be like the WWE. You're right. I don't want it to be like the WWE. But I would like it to be like all, structured just like all the other wrestling throughout history. Right? Tony Khan's apparently a wrestling mark. He's gone through all these territories and knows all these things and saw all these companies. Then you should get a better idea of how real wrestling structures. I didn't mind the Ospreay Mox story. Could have been slightly better. It's still going and it's fucking gross. Sorry I'm broken, but it is fucking one of the worst things they're doing. As always, the Moxley shit sucks. They're trying to do Rocky, and that's all this is an homage to Rocky, but it ain't going well. And things that don't make sense. Ospreay has a match. Why doesn't Mox come out and stand by ringside? Coach him up a little. Nope, that didn't happen. It's just weird. They're doing push-ups everywhere. They're doing workouts in cubby holes and crawl spaces. None of this has hit. Both tag champs in this match. Facts. It's shite, bruv. It's fucking shite. That bump Braun took was crazy cray for after hernia surgery. When he was first down after the bump, I was like, uh-oh. But, yeah, you got a point. Will it be by Triple H or TKO? I think ultimately it's Triple H that gets the final word, to be honest. I think TKO might come to Triple H and say, right now your budget's at X amount of dollars. You got to get your budget below that. Then Triple H turns to the guys that he works with. He turns to Nick Khan, and they start figuring out, who do we let go? And it's based on money they're paying them and age, whether people feel like that's fair or not. I thought of Moxley trading Ospreay in anything besides being fake tough is laughable. Yeah. As Dom chops Damien. Damien grabs him by the hair. Dom going for a ride. Razor's Edge. Liv pops up on the apron, distracts the ref. Now, in my argument here, with a fatal 4-way being no DQ and shit, the ref shouldn't give a fuck if she's up there. You know what I mean? As Damian Priest distracted, and Braun drops Damian on his face. Oops. Braun is like on the verge of almost botching everything. Not quite a botch, not quite a well-done move. There's like 3 of them now, where he needs to just slow down a little. Oh, Dom hits him with a kick. It was sloppy. Whoop that, whoop that. Dom gets Braun down. Braun definitely a penguin. Or, sorry, Paul. Razor's Edge. I'd argue that Saturdays are a better show and better booked, but I get it. You want them on the flagship AEW. I agree there. I just hope they wouldn't be booked like buffoons over there. Might have to try and squeeze in a little more, a couple more collisions once in a while. The pre-tape nature of them make it very difficult. If they're going to do a live collision, maybe we'll jump on. But I really feel like, and you might be right, Boston. I've heard some people say, not just yourself, that um, Saturday's collision's been better, and maybe because they're just letting the matches kind of happen without any of like Tony's over dabbling, maybe, and that translates better to a better. Oh my God, Trick and Braun through the table. Damien's in the ring. Is Dom going to win this? But Braun and Trick are done. Cody versus Gunther official in 2 weeks on SmackDown. There you go. In London, is that 2 weeks? So will it be Gunther Cody in London? As Dom gets exploded. Sip 17? JD McDonough's here. It's funny, they moved Finn to SmackDown to get away from JD, and JD shows up. MJF injury was a legit yes. He's hyperextended his knee. Low blow from Liv. Drop kick. Did anyone else feel like he shouldn't do the 619 as like he should have come up with a different finisher? But we're going for the frog splash. I know it's homage, but he's a little dick, right? I called it kinda late. But Dom gets the win. And Dom was actually the least likely, according to our chat, 12% of you thought Dom was going to get this win. But Dom going to take on Obafemi. And I think Dom's going to win. Dom Obafemi. And I think Dom might win. I think that could happen. I don't understand the people who say that the Mox Osprey story is the best thing in wrestling right now. I don't get it either. Right? I'm sorry. It's like, it's like saying Big Mouth is the best show out there right now. Right? It's cartoon, it's funny, it's stupid, but there's a lot better shows. Just because you like it doesn't mean it's like one of the best. From every fundamental standpoint, from storytelling, from basic storytelling, from interest, from making it compelling, it is all failed. And I will happily argue anyone out there on the planet that is out there beating the drum of this is the best, I would happily sit down and have a friendly debate on how wrong that perception is. I really wish Tony would put the guns on Wednesdays. I mean, yeah. I would agree with that. I want more tag team wrestling. I think Tony has an opportunity to have the best tag team wrestling in the entire company. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown has gone off the air. Dom advances. He will take on Obafemi. Cody will take on Gunther on SmackDown in 2 weeks, which I believe is possibly when they're in London. But again, we're off the air. Feel Good Friday is about to commence, if it already hasn't. But Osprey versus Mox is like Fight Club mixed with Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, I wouldn't even go Fight Club. It would be like, what's a shittier B-level version of Fight Club? Yeah, it's like the 90s Double Dragon movie version of Fight Club, and maybe a little Brokeback. If Braun wins, they going to eliminate each other from the tournament. Makes sense. I'm with you, Boston, for sure. I've been liking Saturdays a lot. Yeah, people keep mentioning it, and it's a weird take. And I wonder what it is. Is it like the talent that gets used? Because if you're overusing Don Callis, overusing Moxley, overusing all these other talent, then maybe it's the better talent ends up on Saturdays? Better matches without any of the extra bullshit? I think it's Seth and Roman at SummerSlam. Seth Roman SummerSlam. Yeah, but is that do you just break them away from the Vision shit and say fuck it? The Vision has died. Like the vision we had for the Vision is kind of gone. Seth can kind of move on, and we'll do something else with this group as they get healthy. How you feel about the Royce Keys get the pin? I don't mind. I mean, under the circumstances, I have no issue of who it was and how it was. And again, I think we're fine with it. He got exploded. All right, give me a rating out of 10. What do you like? What do you dislike? I'm going to click on a bunch, and then I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go barbecue. I thought Dom was buried. IWC. What happened? Dom's been fine. Who is saying Dom is buried? Buried. Crazy talk. Same craziness. Like, if you're out there talking about Liv Morgan or Dom, and it's not like, wow, look how much they use these guys and how prominent they are. Again, if they are on TV every show, you're going to hate them, and not in a good way. You're going to want them to go away. They're going to burn out. You're going to not give a fuck. Dom's still the champion in AAA. Liv's a champion in WWE. What the fuck are we talking about? Life is wonderful. Right? You can go a week or two without seeing people. I know some modern fans, like, yeah, and maybe because of like the AEW effect, where we see Moxley every week, Callis every week, Darby every like week in and week out, week in and week out. Everybody fucking shows up to work. That's not the way it normally is. To keep things fresh and exciting, you gotta mix things up. That's why I almost throw up in my mouth every time Moxley's music comes on. Dom versus Oba. Yikes. And if Dom wins that, going to make everything they did with him kicking out of the 40. No. The only way Oba loses, which I think is highly possible, he does not lose to Dom without distraction. This would be the spot where Brock Lesnar shows up and screws Oba. And Dom, being Dom, that greasy, slippery snake, just finds a way into the final of the King of the Ring. To me, that works really well. And it doesn't change anything for Oba. Oba can get annihilated by Brock and then still have that moment. Now, I could be wrong. Oba beats Dom. I don't see Dom getting annihilated, though. Because, like, I see I see Dom like running around and stick and move. But ultimately, Oba could beat Dom, then goes to the final. And is that the point? Like, does Oba just run straight through and win this? I keep expecting, and maybe I'm wrong for it, but I keep expecting Brock Lesnar to make his presence felt. Dom's shirt dress is killing me. Jokes. Dom wins because Brock next week. See? 316 with me. You know what's funny? I read this comment like it was a negative, but Dom wins because Dom's good and he has a crew that helps him. So Dom gets the win, which is good for him. And if he's going to fight Oba next week because Brock's showing up, that's even better for Dom. That's good shit. Especially if you suck. 8.5 out of 10. I had a great time. 7.9, 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm kind of in that 7.5 range. My socks are still on. But I think it was a good show. Kept going, some big stuff, some fun stuff. A lot of presence with the women's division again. They still booked the women's division very solid. A better SmackDown. Something feels like it's brewing on SmackDown. And you guys can let me know if I'm crazy, but ultimately, it's starting to feel like they're bringing in Finn, they're bringing in Royce, they brought in others. We saw Ricky here tonight. You know, they're starting like there's a change in the air with SmackDown, which is good. KJ, who do you want? Who do you think in AEW that needs a character change? You got a list? Off top, like Orange Cassidy's either got to find a new way to make his bullshit cool. That's been too long running. I think Moxley needs a character change, but he won't because it's him. He's been the same guy ever since he was Dean Ambrose. The only thing that changed was his haircut. Who needs a big character change in AEW? MJF's good. He just has to stop being a pussy. He doesn't really need a character change, but if he's going to call himself the devil, he has to be the smartest, most maniacal guy in the room, and often he's outsmarted and treated like shit by baby faces, which is crazy to me. Who needs a real big character change? I don't know. Adam Page comes to mind just because, is he cowboy shit forever? Maybe 7.5 out of 10. I just feel structured, well on Collision, KJ. You get appropriate promos and good times on the matches. It just feels like the wrestling show and the wrestling is good. That's good. I like that. And we had high hopes. I'm going to go barbecue, crack open a nice cold beer for me and KJ. Paul, sweet times. Wrestle for life over everybody. 7.5 out of 10. Secretaries yodeling. Let's go. A lot of people are KJ. These fans are insane. Well, that's why we are the WFU. That's why we stand out from the crowd. We try and rationalize and make sense of all of this without being angry or violent or threatening it and having a good time with it all. Because the wrestling might suck. We never do. And again, another fun time here on the channel. 7.25. Yeah, I'm like in that 7.5 range. Oba versus shitty ass Dom. 8.3 out of 10. Smackdown, I slept through the whole episode. Still gave it an 8 out of 3, so thank you. This is Monday, La Primera show, Up Coast Live. Shows up to cost live. It could happen. Could happen, Osama. That's why I'm taking a break from social media. I've really disengaged in a big way with social media, and I refuse to. You know those stupid arguments you get in, and it just goes for like 40 posts. I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. Your life gets better when I start recognizing somebody kind of off the hinge, they just go into the void. I don't give a fuck. 7 out of 10 wasn't a bad SmackDown. Some good wrestling. Nothing really annoyed me outside of Dom winning. Yeah, and it's funny because I'm right there with you, and I'm the opposite. Dom didn't bother me. I've heard them say he got outshadowed by Kaiser on his own show. Also, he hasn't been defending the AAA title. Again, champions don't just always defend their title, so people got to stop that. People got to understand. Like, I mean, I get it. Certain companies want you to think that champions defend every fucking week. They don't. The Grande thing was such an organic vibe. Dom's fine. I think everybody in the company's fine. It's just the Grande thing became such an epic thing. I don't think anybody could have predicted that. When the Grande thing started, nobody was thinking that. I thought Trick would steal it being so popular in Italy. Yeah, but now do you set up like a broad Trick problem that they took each other out? That's why they set up these fatal four ways, is because you have outs without the fans freaking out about who went under. If they had done a full out like 16-person bracket and a good talent, Trick beats Braun beats Trick, I can live with that. But nowadays we put in all these fatal four ways and triple threats and stipulations because we got to protect everybody. And every time someone loses, wait, how many people have already posted about Royce being, dusted? They buried Royce. Royce is done. This is stupid. Morons, but they're going to say it. If Oba can kick out tons of F5s to squash Brock Lesnar and even lose after taking 7 F5s, then why can't he deal with a little destruction? We're going to have to tune in to find out. I agree with you. Seems highly unlikely. But again, if Brock comes out and hits you with a fucking belt or, Liv's distracting and, it could happen. It could happen. That becomes the question. How do they make sense of it? 7 out of 10, 2 F5s. There you go. Only way Oba loses Dom is if Brock shows up and the ref is down. Yeah, maybe. But you got a point, right? So that becomes the question. And if you kind of do it half-assed, then you kind of feel shitty about it. So you're hearing the critics, KJ, and I think WWE see JD from Crybaby, New York. They do not. And again, that little fuck can do whatever he wants. But yeah, I don't think he has any impact or influence or anything on any of this. But hey, what's up with this rumor of Mick Foley doing one more match? It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I hope he doesn't, but if he feels like he can, I think it's going to happen. What's up, Grizzly Bear? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like we've come to kind of the organic end of all this. I'm going to remind you we are back on Monday this week. So we are back in a couple days. It's another afternoon show. We're getting closer and closer to the Night of Champions. We're getting closer to all the shows at the end of this month, June 27th and June 28th. We are in a jam-packed weekend. So again, strap in, strap on, click all the buttons, be a friend, tell a friend, be a part of the shows, check us out on our socials. And again, if you want good wrestling and good wrestling coverage, just want to hang out with the boys and girls and have a good time, this is the place to do it. But that all being said, thank you for making the channel, myself, part of your Friday. I hope your weekend is lovely. Stay safe. See you on Monday. On behalf of Anthony, on behalf of Big Nick, I'm Mr. Urban KJ White. I'll see you on the flip side. Fucking party! It's Friday!